All right, it's Open Comms. It's Friday. We were totally on time, and I did not sleep in until the last second. No, you.
That super
never
did.
happens.
You definitely did. I don't know why you're lying to
Not-
people. That
not
is
at all. No, I've
absolutely
been
what
awake-
happened
I've been-
today.
Redline, how?
We've been
This
all
Redline,
night.
show
in your
was
face, buddy.
why
not
are
on
you
time.
gaslighting him, Redline?
This show was late,
No,
On
and it's
time, baby.
okay. It's fine because people make mistakes, and this wasn't one of
We
them.
make a lot of them.
this wasn't a
Drayden did
mistake.
this
This
on
was
purpose.
planned. Yeah.
Drayden did this on purpose because he doesn't respect you, the viewer.
Mm.
I've
I'm
heard
just
that about
kidding.
him.
I'm
Next
just
to
kidding.
doubt.
No, sorry. I'm sorry.
No. But welcome, Friday, Open Comms. We did it. I hope everyone has been having a good week. Cena's
The
here. Val's
first week
here.
in the books, eh?
It's the first. Yeah, this is the
Yeah.
first
Real
week.
world.
Welcome to the new podcast.
What season is this for us?
That's a good question.
We should do new seasons
It's
every.
like up in
every
like
new
it's
year.
up
What
in like
season is
12 or
this?
13, I think, something like that.
That would add some clout.
I think
if
it's
you
like
put,
12.
Like season
What year is this?
whatever, episode
2024?
whatever on the-
No,
on
this
the
has got to
flipping
be season
description.
18.
Season 18.
No? Right?
When did the show start,
No.
Dom?
Be season.
I think
14.
it was 2012.
Two
So I think
this
thousand
is-
years ago.
This is season what?
12.
12?
Yeah.
Well, 12.
No,
it
but
started
season,
like
this should be a season 11.
we kind of go with early to mid-November as like
Yeah.
the anniversary. I don't know the exact date, but it's.
I think this
somewhere,
would be
like, in
season
November.
11.
Yeah. Well, last November I think was 11.
Was it?
Yeah.
So this November will be 12, but
this
this is the
November
11th
will be
year
12.
right now. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're at like just over 11.
You started, 13. No.
That would
Alright,
definitely
12.
add some clout. We talked about it
I
like
got
that.
clout.
Hmm.
I think like if you put
Is that when you get
S,
backed
you
up
know,
and you can't
11,
poop?
I
that's
said,
not
I
clout.
said,
Never mind.
I said clout, not gout.
But that's why I
Oh.
wasn't sure what you meant. That's why I was asking you. to clarify
Man,
that.
you gotta watch
I
out for
didn't
that
know.
gout, man.
Oh,
Why would you
yeah.
want gout?
You don't
Why
want
would you
gout.
do something that gets you gout?
Wow, it's fun.
Yeah.
No, it's
What
not.
that
What
is.
gives you
I do.
gout? I
What gives you
honestly don't
gout?
know.
Alcohol?
Drinking
Drugs?
beer, eating a lot of red meat and shellfish, just being
Oh.
fat and lazy. That sounds like a super good time.
That sounds like a
also
great
like-
time.
that
That sounds like
sounds-
my life. Yeah.
That sounds like me.
Bro, are you kidding me? No. You gotta take care of yourself, otherwise you'll die.
This is
Eventually,
this is
We're
what
all
I'm
gonna
saying.
die anyway.
Everybody dies.
Maybe not.
Redline.
Not if you take care of yourself. What if you
taking
take
up
care of
drugs, you'll
yourself
stay
real
alive.
well
look,
and you
look
don't
at
die?
Keith Richards.
Nobody
right?
makes
You
that.
know, doctors say that in the
That
next
is
20
true.
years we'll be able to work until the age of 80.
Oh,
Of
look
course
at
Hell
they do.
yeah,
They're
dude.
gonna-
Nice. Can you imagine how much
So
more
we
money
pay,
I'll make
that's
if
way,
you
so
get
we
to
can
work
pay the
forever?
bills to them for fucking being our doctors,
Yeah.
right? We gotta stay alive
Exactly.
longer, pay them longer.
If not for us, who would pay doctors? Answer
Where's
me that.
Rain when I need her to help me radicalize people?
Help you eat the rich, weirdo.
Hmm.
Oh, Sonar got her fucking going today in our channel. Jesus.
What do you did?
What
do you say,
about
Rick?
eating the rich?
We had a school shooting here in our state,
Oh, yeah, that was.
so they got real political real fast.
Oh,
Shocker.
Yep.
time.
Hmm. Was that today or was that yesterday?
Yes,
It was a few days ago. I thought.
Yesterday.
2 days ago. Now, what
It was
day is today?
yesterday,
Today
Dom.
Friday?
I think the correct
Yeah,
that's
American
right.
answer is which one?
Wednesday.
Oh,
Right.
yeah, it was.
Ha ha.
I don't have a glass. Son of a bitch.
I
Yeah,
did.
Drayden just got out of bed. folks.
I've got my. He just
Literally
got out of
roulette.
bed. He hadn't got anything. I got my
yeah, no,
fucking
like
Iceland
we're
glass
not
in
lying.
the
When
morning.
we he
Well,
was
why don't
late.
we go around
He
the
was
horn?
sleeping
Akaroth, what are you
Till just
having?
now. I'm drinking a classic Reds delicious wicked ale.
Nice.
Mm. Mm.
Dom, how about you?
I'm starting with a roofie because I got it.
Art-
That's just the way I
And
roll.
we'll see if I remember to do
That's
anything.
the way I roll. And I'm going to switch to the Iowa State Lager. Yeah, no one's heard of it. And I'm on
And
drugs.
Drayden is just getting back, so. And Drayden, what are you having tonight?
So I've got some vodka. I'm gonna mix with some Mountain Dew Code Red because I'm classy like that.
Ooh,
And then
That is fucking classy, dude. I get it, yeah.
called a voodoo.
and then I also got some Devil's Brigade whiskey.
Ooh. Are you familiar with the Devil's Brigade?
I am.
Do you know the Devil's Brigade?
I know just the rough story that it says on the back here, but
What should I bring you? I'll bring you a whiskey in April. What you should?
yeah,
tell
it was a World
know what
War
you
II special ops squad, wasn't it?
Did
Yep.
they have a ton
It was like a combination of American and Canadian forces.
Yep.
Let's see. To be precise,
Based out of Helena, Montana. Or Helena, however you want to say
Yeah,
it.
Helena.
Helena? Sure. It's your state.
Yeah, so that's
Is
where they make this, is in Helena, and
Yep.
it's the squad was roughly
good.
60% American soldiers, 40% Canadian. So this is a 60% American bourbon, 40% Canadian whiskey mix,
Nice.
That's kinda cool.
Nice.
and a.
Try it first. We want to know what it tastes like.
I've had it before. It's actually really good.
Oh, you like it? Okay.
Yeah, I
That's
like
what
it,
we
and
thought.
it's I think they say like 10 to 15% of the proceeds for every bottle they sell goes to the families of those soldiers.
Oh, that's really cool.
Very
That's
cool.
awesome.
Is that where Canada got the reputation for all those like wicked war crimes or whatever the fuck they're supposed to be
We don't
doing
talk.
a
We
long time
don't.
ago? I don't know. That sounds
Wow.
like
We
the
don't.
kind of brigade that would have gotten y'all into
Wow.
trouble.
We just
We don't
What an
associate those
interesting
Americans anymore.
topic shift.
Yeah,
Wow, that is
it's
wild.
kind of like
They've mended their ways, guys.
But
I'm not
Albie,
trying
what are
to-
you
Did
drinking?
they? We don't know that for sure. What are you trying to say here?
So I have a little bit of Scotchy Scotch again this week. This is a Balvenie 14-year-old rum finished single malt.
Rum
So it's
finish.
it's finished in rum casks. So they obviously
Ooh,
they
yum.
distill their scotch, right, the
Yum,
regular way,
yum,
and then they
yum.
finish it off by letting it rest in some rum casks for a couple years before they bottle it. Pretty good. And then I got more. No, I don't like the smoky peaty ones. I only like the regular.
No one likes the
Regular
smoky
ones, I guess.
peaty ones.
And then we got more 12 beers of Christmas going on. We still got 3 more. Number 10 is Figgin Christmas cake. It's a Christmas cake honey brown.
I'm curious to
I don't
know
know.
how that one tastes.
And
Sounds
then
yummy.
number 11 is chocolate hazelnut stout. That's gonna be good. Chocolate hazelnut stout.
Guess it's the last day of Christmas.
And then there's one. I got one more in the fridge, and I have no idea what it is. So
Should
that's
you
what I'm
know?
drinking tonight. No, I don't know. Maybe.
Do you know what comes
Thank
after
you,
Christmas?
Space Gator. I appreciate it. And
No.
Seema, you do what you do. That's why I like you.
No, comes after Christmas.
What?
Mardi Gras.
Oh,
You got what for Christmas?
I was like, guess what comes after Christmas? Like literally
Mardi
the whole,
Gras.
New Year's. New
the whole
Year's.
point of Mardi Gras is that it starts right after the
New
12th
Year's.
day of Christmas.
Oh, boy.
Jeez. Then you get
Well,
Mardi
I mean,
Gras.
yeah. Mardi Gras.
You know more
Mardi
than I do,
Gras.
So tonight for me, I'm sipping on because came all the way to Florida, but I had to bring a taste of home with me. So I'm drinking some Traverse City Whiskey Company cherry flavored whiskey, and it's pretty good. Just doing it over ice.
Very cool.
Right out.
Redline, you drinking anything?
Not tonight. Nope. Just
Smoking
drinking
anything?
some bottled water. Well, yeah, of course I'm doing
There you
that.
go.
Steak
Always
water?
doing that. But
Don't
I
worry.
always buy
I-
local stuff and I won't dox myself, so I can't tell you what I have.
Do you want us to do it for you?
Sure, go ahead.
Oh, okay, I won't do that. He called my bluff. He called it.
Bet it's in America.
It's okay.
He knew I,
I'll
he
dox
knew I wouldn't
myself.
do it.
I bet he's
Fucker.
American as fuck.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bullshit.
it's whatever.
Now I feel like a
Oh, now we know what country
Punk.
you live in.
LB
Wow.
was just the diversity hire around here. We all know that.
that's right. Yeah.
I
mean,
know
same,
I know
same.
it's red, and it's just. But every time I get a bottle, I don't drink Code Red that much. But I always, for some reason, just think like the
Yeah.
bottle. It's like a Mountain Dew bottle is green. I think the Mountain Dew bottle is red, and then you pour it out. It's a clear bottle, and it's just a bright red drink. Damn it.
Mhm.
Actually, I want to take this moment to really thank you,
The more
Dom,
you know.
for focusing on the DEI qualities of this show when you invited me on the show. I know that was at the top of your mind
What
that
does
you
that
were
mean?
wanting to diversity,
even
equity, and
know it.
inclusion.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
A
I,
lot
you know
of that
what?
on this show.
Here's this is absolutely the truth, Skyhawk. I had no idea. For the longest time, everybody else knew. I was like, I had no idea. I had
That's-
no idea you were gay. I had no idea until you
That's how
told
it's
me.
supposed to be.
I'm not
Because
shy
it
about
didn't
it.
matter
I'm
to
not
me.
shy
yeah.
about it when
I
it
know
comes
you're
up,
not.
but
I'm
otherwise,
dense, so that's part of it, right?
He just doesn't pay attention.
I don't pay attention, and it doesn't matter, right? 'Cause you're like
Okay,
you.
I
It
don't
doesn't
have
matter.
glitter falling out of my mouth, so
Oh, I get it. Never mind. I'm not gonna say anything.
it's okay. I'm allowed
Yeah,
to
we
say
all
things like
remember
that.
Vegas, Skyhawk. We all remember Vegas, okay? You don't
Hey,
have
you
to
never-
keep bringing it up, all right?
You've never seen
You-
me at a gay club. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right. All right.
What? Who? All of us have it, or just him?
No, none of you have.
Are you sure?
Oh wait, shit. Actually, never mind.
Uh-oh.
I
I
probably
sense a
wandered
story.
into a gay bar, like, just
No,
entirely
we
on
did
accident before.
we did go to a gay bar actually
Yeah,
the day after
together.
Thanksgiving. It's not a club. It's not the same thing.
It was a
On
club
But
downstairs. You just were too. No, who was?
it was
Marius.
no, that was
is what passed out,
Marius.
yeah.
He threw up all over the place, and then we were like,
down-
maybe we should get him out of there.
It was my fault.
And then you
He
and I
talked
killed a
shit.
bottle of
I said, "You
vodka.
want to do shots? Let's do shots, motherfucker." There aren't many of you can keep up with me. I tell you right now.
I can.
You did. You did good. It takes. It
I
takes
still
a little
can't
effort,
believe.
though.
I still can't believe that we killed that.
Marius
bottle
did
of
not
vodka,
keep
though.
up. Drain couldn't keep up. She had to pass out. She tried to drive drunk.
I think I'd have a
Oh.
good shot.
Oh,
at
she's
it.
like, "Oh, I think I can drive." I'm like, "Drain, you can't walk." I was like, "You're not fucking driving."
Delana, what are you drinking? I don't think we hit you.
Yeah, no, because I'm hiding today. But I haven't even gotten up to get it yet. But just one of my little Trulies. I think I'm gonna go for the watermelon lemonade.
Nice.
Oh,
You know, a little
those
fruit,
ones are the best ones.
fruity.
I
Yeah.
don't like them.
All right.
Hmm.
Susan,
I don't like the seltzer.
So
This is
I
just
can
different.
tell you what I have without doxing myself. It's Mitten Extract Vapes is what it is. They're made in Detroit.
Extract vapes.
I haven't tried that.
Sold
Brand.
all over
Normally,
Michigan.
I
Oh my god,
Normal-
it's so good.
so how do you? I don't know if you've had the True North brand, but how do you think it compares to that if you have?
Well, for one, it's not flour, so it's
I
different.
mean,
but
I buy vape stuff.
I've only had True North flour, but the vape is very
Oh, okay.
good. I've had all the different vapes, and this is the best one I've gotten. It's just disposable though, so
That's yeah. Normally, I buy the True North disposable vapes and their edibles because they're usually what's the best price around me, and it's also good shit.
I have to pee. When we come back, we're going to talk about Eve.
hell
Right.
yeah.
There's
Talk
the
about
segue
Eve
for it.
right
I'll be
now.
right back.
Man.
Gonna wait for Dom.
Oh yeah.
Keep trying to grab
Well,
my
what are we
hat.
gonna talk
you
about the
first.
meantime?
Who's got the Jeopardy theme?
I don't know.
Oh god,
Do need
I
to
didn't
lock
make
that
a new Jeopardy.
Yeah. Oh,
You
the
know,
Jeopardy was
you
actually
really
kind of
do
fun.
need to-
Like
yeah.
the
I thought
buzzing
Fox
in
did all
was.
the work.
I thought it was fine. The
Yeah.
I mean, it was just for fun, right? But I
Yeah.
know why they have to wait for Alec to finish talking because their buzzers aren't activated until he's done, and then when they act, so they're probably sitting there just like mashing them, and then that's why when he's done talking, someone like the within a split second beeps because they're sitting there going like, I know, and they're just trying to do it first.
Do you think so?
I think so. I think their
I don't think
buzzers
so.
aren't
It seems like
able to be because no one has that kind of because it's always like the second he gets done saying like someone's in it's like no one has that discipline to not just try and just
I
beat
think
it,
that's
beat it by half a second. I think their buzzers only work after
crazy.
yeah. Also there was a lot of people like buzzing. It's like, okay, what's your answer? And then they like stop and think and they'll read the question like, okay, so it's like you can't just buzz in just to get in line and then start thinking. You have to buzz in when you have an answer ready to say.
Yeah, it's hard to do without having like an actual production behind it, because it's
Yeah.
like if you don't, then people can just cheat or do whatever.
Yeah.
Like most of the time, I just picked whoever I wanted to guess the question. It didn't really have much to do with who buzzed it.
Dan the Science Man.
Like being honest with you, it probably felt a little bit
Great
weird.
Dan, the Science Man.
No, it wasn't inclusion. No one else was involved. It was my game, so I was deciding how it went.
Great.
Science rules.
I got my camera upgraded, and you don't even have me included.
You disappeared.
Yeah, you were on there before.
Now you're
But I
back.
would love.
It's like,
I
yeah,
would
your camera
love to
disappeared
do
for
some-
more EVE Online game shows. I think that instead of a talk show, I should just do game shows. I
So-
think that would be fantastic.
Redline, there was some guy went on Oz Eve stream thing, like they're calling it Oz Tank, where they're treating it like Dragon's Den or Shark Tank.
Shark Tank, yeah.
And he pitched a friggin' game that was like, I want to do a trivia game. Do you guys want to like, seed money for prizes? But he was just doing like a just fucking anything game. Like it had nothing to do with with Eve, and I think that was a big part of the problem where like there wasn't much buy-in.
Who was doing
Because I
that?
think I think there would be interest for people to play like little silly games. Kind of obviously, there's only so much probably Eve trivia you could come up with,
Yeah.
but there's probably quite a bit if you tried. But
The problem isn't the trivia. The problem is the contestants. You'll find that a lot of Eve players are quite stupid, actually. So it's hard for them
like you're
to
talking
answer
about me.
That's not
questions
shocking at all.
correctly.
It's not shocking.
That's
not
I mean that's
shocking at
just
all.
that's just how
You
it
could have like
goes,
Eve's
right?
The way she
games.
goes.
Eve games.
Like I'm sorry about it, but
The CCP games.
Yeah,
No.
games
That I did
games.
before. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
no,
like you
but
get
real, like it is the problem is getting contestants though, because like would you want people on camera? Like are people going to be willing to do that? Like what are you going to do?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I'm not trying to plan it out for you. I'm just saying, like, obviously people are. I think some people are into
I'm
that.
not trying to
just
plan
makes
it
more
out for you. I'm not
sense
gonna do all the
if
work for you.
If it's Eve related, I think there's more buy-in.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm there, man. You know I'm there.
I think it'd be cool to if
I
you could
don't.
come up with
Hey.
more games than just like trivia. I don't know what they would be.
Yeah.
but,
So
like,
you could make any game show Eve related, right? So like you could play Password, the
I don't
the
know
kind
that
of
game.
basic game show Password, but you could make it all Eve related things. You
You
can play
need
Wheel of
Dictionary?
Fortune, you can play Jeopardy.
What is password? I don't know what that is.
yeah, what's password?
Password was where you have to guess the word without saying it. So
Mm.
like
we
it
need
would
an
be
we
partners doing that.
Charades?
we
Kind
need
of.
an Eve
Kind of,
related
but you can
Cards Against
talk.
Humanity.
That
There
exists.
are a few, I
Yeah.
think. There's
Or
a
like
Goon
a-
one. It's
an-
very
Goon-
fun.
there's a Goon one.
an
There's
Eve
several
content
Eve
mod
ones,
for
yeah.
Jackbox games.
Yeah, that would be cool too. But like this, most of this stuff can just be like sourced. You can just pirate PowerPoint and then fucking have these game shows. If you just Google PowerPoint template for Wheel of Fortune and then put Eve shit in it, that's what I did.
Can't use the word wheel.
Or
That's
you
a
just
good
have
point, yeah.
someone stream it that actually has legit PowerPoint, like I do.
The circle of
Whatever,
fortune.
dude. Who cares about your
Dude,
legit
Hey,
PowerPoint,
Darwin,
dude?
Darwin,
Grow
It's
up.
free. I got it free.
Who
up,
cares,
Darwin?
man?
Yeah, my dad shares his whatever Microsoft account with me, the Microsoft family thing, so I get it
That's
for free.
illegal.
One of my courtmates sent me like
Mm.
his little share thing recently.
No, it's literally like that's a thing.
You get so many account or
Darwin.
users for
Yeah,
it.
you
Yeah.
get like
Yeah, apparently he has
accounts.
like a shareable thing.
No, I don't know if you
Sure.
guys know that or not, but account sharing is actually against the terms of
Well,
service.
you could have like
No,
Not
Eve.
when
you
you
could
get
have
so
various
many accounts with it.
number of
Yeah,
activated
they
devices
give
on one
you-
account.
They literally give you like a certain yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I think it's
I
like
think
built into their model now.
Yeah, it is like
No,
you
it's
can
like-
pay for like this will
Not
you can have
sharing it, you're
Office
just
on
using a
3
different person.
devices, so you can have like a PC, a tablet, and another PC that you can have different
All
apps
right.
and stuff for.
There are also family ones that you can get now too, Drayden, where it is like literally meant for just more users, basically.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say
that's-
it sent me an email and was like, so and so's sure. I don't know how it phrased it.
Microsoft Office sent you an email?
But I don't think it was.
Oh, it's
them,
from
probably.
like
Actually,
the
I
Prince
don't
of
know.
Yeah,
Nigeria.
they wanted my
It was
password, so
something
I gave it
about
to
him
them.
sharing access or whatever to some spreadsheet he was trying to like work with me on, and
Oh,
Motherfucker. I
but
can't
it was
find
like his like I don't know how he described it. He's more fucking tech minded than I am, but he was like, "This is my like buddy pass thing that I can."
I'm still here.
hey here.
it.
Are you? Are you? Are you really?
Who's still here?
What is this graphic?
What's
Are
going
any
on?
of us here?
Are we real?
Oh,
Can we
I'm
be
pretty
real?
sure
Our
I'm
eyes aren't
here.
real.
I think you're here, Redline. I
I
was
made
here.
I made special care to be here, a little bit early.
Redline, are
Redline
you
was the
here?
second in the door.
No.
Just
Are you
smidge.
here or are you there?
I'm here, honestly. I'm here. I'm ready to talk about Eve. Dom's here.
So
the MR? Is
there-
it? The MER?
There's
I've been
some exciting
unplugged.
news.
MER.
There's some
Un-
exciting news.
So Redline,
Is-
I've been unplugged
yeah.
from the game all week long. Catch me up. What's happening?
Bro, I've been unplugged from the game since October.
All
So
year.
like
I haven't played the game all
LB,
year.
I've been unplugged for the week. What happened this week?
The Winter Nexus has ended.
That's right.
that's
Tiny violin
Very
songs.
minor. Very minor.
I got
However,
more than
I don't know. A
that.
lot of
The,
people
it
made
is
a
over.
fuckload of money.
the war in the north.
I was making quite a bit with the low-sec data fucking sites.
Yeah.
Filament out, scoop them all up, farm them all up under the nose of Snuff and all those other low-sec powerhouses, Big AB, etc.,
Oh
etc.
yeah.
Fucking
Make
filament
you
out
feel
to Pochvin, Feeling it
Make
back
you
in
feel
a high
strong,
sec.
big and bad.
Makes me feel like a big man.
Yeah,
Got my big boy pants on.
Big strong man evacuating.
all
your
done
loot
now, though,
with,
right?
Got my big
get
boy
out
pants on my
filaments.
scanner ship. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Make lots of money.
Scandy's
Don't
nuts,
be jealous.
LB.
Don't be
Scandy-
jealous.
Money.
I'm jealous.
Scandy's nuts, LB.
So, all right. So I'm curious, for those that actually did the Winter Nexus this year, if you had to roughly peg your ISK per hour, what would you put it at?
4.
Whoa.
Peg. Why would you say peg?
Whoa.
4.
I had to.
Because
We're not
he's
doing
not
phrasing anymore?
bashful about being gay. What? That's
Oh,
what
I
he
didn't
said
get it until you
earlier.
said that. Yeah, peg. That's funny.
Pegging has nothing to do with being gay.
Oh, hey, you guys like to be
Okay.
pegged all the time.
Sure. Let's not go there, please.
So-
Let's keep
I'm
talking
just
about
saying,
this,
you-
the internet
I-
spaceships.
You know, I was just being completely serious with how I put that, and you all just had to make it dirty. And frankly, I'm just
We
disappointed
did.
in all of you.
Terrible people.
Are you?
We're all-
Is this
we're
not
all-
what you
I'm- yeah.
expect
Like,
out of us?
I mean, if we're
So-
talking thoraxes versus oracles, like, I mean, how much kind of money are we talking?
Roughly how many
Pardon?
of us?
Oracles. What?
I don't.
We're horacles.
It's a bad joke.
You're a
It's-
oracle.
Okay.
How many of us actually
Look
ran
at the
Winter
Oracle,
Nexus
looks like a
sites? Was it
giant
just
horse.
LB and I?
Probably.
One.
I didn't run any
Um,
Winter
I
Nexus
failed at it. I had
sites.
to leave.
Delana?
I'm looking for a home
Okay,
though.
so LB's the only one to ask because I ran out like a few datas but wasn't paying attention, and then like I ran a shitload of the mining sites, but I haven't
Hmm.
opened any of the loot boxes yet, so I don't know what it
What?
was worth.
How do you not
wanna
open
Log
loot
in.
boxes?
Start
when you
opening
get
them up.
I'm gonna record it and
That would
like, be
drive me
plugging them
nuts,
into a
yeah, couldn't do
spreadsheet
it.
as I go because I want to know like what like the
You want
loot
to see the
table looks
odds?
Some
like.
of them will be
Yeah, I
expired
gotcha.
shit. You can't use it.
I want to
anymore.
like collect
Spreadsheet.
some data. I
Right.
was looking at friggin' Eve Uni's wiki page on the event because they do one for every year, which is really cool of them. And they like kind of list out what they know about the event because a lot of it carries over. Sometimes they tweak stuff, and they have information on like the high sec data of the mining event, but like the low sec and null sec, it just said TBD, and I was like, well, fuck, now it's a challenge. I want to get a bunch of these fucking loot boxes and then open them all up and let them know what
Put 'em in a
happens.
spreadsheet. Like, are you sharing
got really
someone's
drunk one night
Excel
and I
account
reached out
for
to
that
them.
spreadsheet?
That's exactly what. No, it was actually a different spreadsheet we were talking about, but I was gonna work with that guy because he's like a spreadsheet savant compared to anything I do.
Hmm.
Get his idea on like how to streamline it to where it would like start making charts and shit. Because like I watched him one day, he was screen sharing with me, and just watching somebody who knows what the fuck they're doing on spreadsheets is mind-boggling for somebody who just like uses them to track things. You know what I mean? I do a lot of manual entry data just to like keep up with stuff. This guy was like just shit was flowing from his fingers. I was like, holy crap! And he was using the Eve integration, so he had out like he definitely knew what he was doing. He does it for work.
Real quick, did we acknowledge CCP Darwin?
I
We
did.
have-
did.
A lot
I
of us
said,
did.
I
Yeah.
said several things.
Yeah, and he's
Oh,
back.
when-
I think he was gone for the holidays, so he's been reassigned. He's
Yep.
back on the
Oh,
clock.
what? You did something wrong.
His-
He did something
So
wrong.
his
He was on
court-approved
Volcano.
He's
vacation
been punished
time
again.
is
Yeah.
over, and he is back with us. Good
That's
to
right.
see you, Darwin. Also, I can't see chat since I'm just on my phone, and if I like switch over to the Twitch app to see chat, my
Drops
camera
the camera.
goes
Yeah.
away.
Oh,
Yeah.
Even-
Can't handle it.
Oh,
I can't
shucks.
handle
Open it on your second phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, your
I know you
burner
got two
phone.
phones.
Darwin was
Well-
doing volcano duty. Everybody in Iceland has to
Oh,
get a
right.
bucket, like a pail of water, and then go and then do the dump. There's only about 350,000 of them or whatever. They do it in a in a
Oh,
big
they do it in a
queue.
rotation?
But it
Now
takes a
listen
while to
here.
get there because you got to go from the coast all the way over to it. You can't just
Got
use
it.
any
Okay.
water.
That makes sense.
I don't
Yeah.
think those jokes are funny, Akaroth.
I think
That
they're
Why,
right.
nobody
he
died?
volunteers to
Yeah.
fight volcanoes. I think that's
Darwin.
pretty.
Oh,
Yeah.
for real though?
Yeah,
No,
no
I
one
don't- I
died.
mean, I
Like,
made it up,
They
but-
evacuated
Yeah,
everyone.
see?
though?
I mean, there
Made
was.
it up.
Oh, you did not say that.
But it sounded cool.
That one town? Wasn't there some stuff destroyed in that one town that they had to?
Right.
So
evacuate?
there was damage
Grindavik-
in Grindavik. There was damage, and there's a chunk of the town where the fault line like literally
Grindavik, yeah.
opened up through the town, and they're not going to like rebuild in that area. But people are allowed to go back there. That's largely though due to the Icelandic Supreme Court saying the government doesn't have the right to tell people they can't go back home to their own property.
Hmm.
As
I
long
like
as they're
cracking
actually
cookies.
That's
warned
wild.
by the as long as they're actually warned by the if they're basically if they're told that they're in danger and they choose to stay there on their own land, that's their own
Right.
goddamn fault.
I mean, I guess when hurricanes come through, we kind of let people stay if they want to.
Yeah, I mean, there's like
Yeah.
that one
I don't
dude
know.
that
Like, have fun. You're on your own.
it's like
We
that
will
one
scold
guy.
you.
It's like that
We
one old
scold
guy
you,
up
like
on
we
the
told
mountain.
you not to live under sea level.
We
Where
still
I-
go
where
on
I-
Wednesday
where I
though,
live,
too.
when it's a disaster like that, there's no warning. It just hits you. Bam, tornado, you're fucked.
Yeah.
No
Or
warning.
like
Yeah,
that
fuck
Drake
that,
Bam,
I'll
joke
stay
a
gone.
on
few
the
years
coast.
back. Yeah.
Like New
Yeah, at least you guys
Orleans,
get warning.
New Orleans
right.
blows my
Evaporate.
mind though, because it's
Oh.
one thing. Like I was thinking, like the old man over on Mount St. Helens that just refused to leave, and then the mountain blew up, and he was there.
That's my
He
grandpa.
got first-hand footage.
Yeah. So I mean, it's like, okay, well,
That Drake
if they don't want to leave, but that's like an isolated thing. But building an entire metropolis town,
I mean,
like
it's not
below
a
sea
whole
level
bunch-
on the coast
Oh,
slash
yeah.
river delta where there's hurricanes,
Listen,
it's
I
I
know, no
understand
It was
it's-
a
country would
good
ever do
idea
something like that,
300
right?
years ago, all right?
Yeah,
It was a good idea.
Oh, it wasn't a good
And
idea then
they
either.
had-
They were
It
dumb
wasn't a
back
good
then
idea
too.
well,
Yeah,
it
that's-
is
that's what
it
we're
is
It was
the
still
saying. It wasn't a
biggest
good
floodplain, right?
idea.
It was still a
it's
swamp.
the biggest river in the
Swamp.
U.S. and it's on the coast. It's a major
just
port.
swamp.
A port there makes sense,
Swamp.
but it does. It's like it floods yearly. Like every year it floods with hurricanes, and not like controlled floods like the Nile. It's
It
like
floods for no reason, but that's a different story.
It
That's
floods
just-
because it's under sea level.
I was gonna say,
What?
there's always a
Yeah.
reason.
That's
There's a
well,
reason.
it's
It's
under
a
sea
water.
level
What do you
on the
mean?
coast
There's
in
no
a
reason.
hurricane
local
zone.
government is incompetent. And
What
our
is the
pump-
local government gonna do about being under sea level?
It's not
well, for
tragically.
one thing,
It's
they
not
can
a
have
tragedy,
Build a
pumps
bigger
but-
that
wall,
aren't
bro.
It's just-
pumps that are not literally 100 years old.
Well, what if
That
they
is
just
true.
moved the
But,
city?
yeah, what if you
yeah,
move
move
further
inland
down?
about a
Like,
mile
just
and a
move
half.
it over there.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah, just
let's
move
do
the
it.
city over
About a mile and a half, 2 miles,
a mile
3
over
miles.
where
That's
it's
it.
like
You know,
at least
Maybe
at
12,
sea
12
level.
miles. That's it.
But it's more.
What if you
Yeah.
guys have you guys
If
thought about like
you-
just like
if you
raising
start-
everything up?
Yeah,
It's like
put
stilts?
everything
No,
on
no,
stilts.
LB's
Silence?
onto it there.
Because it's a big
Delon-
muddy marsh. You can't do
But-
that.
It's gonna
Delano,
sink into the
LB's onto
swamp and
it.
then fall over.
Downtown Chicago was similar, where they had flooding issues and just all the other issues, and they went block by block and they jacked that shit up a couple feet.
They burned it
Y'all
down
should do
first,
that.
but then they dragged it.
Oh, also
Oh,
they
come
did do
on.
that.
Yeah, they had a
too.
fresh
Don't
palette.
bring
They had
Yeah.
a fresh palette to
Don't
work with, yeah.
The Chicago fire.
Hey,
Yeah.
that is a joke. That's a joking matter, right?
No,
It's
no,
been
Come
long
on.
enough. You can
Time,
joke about it
what
now
was
that
it?
we're-
Time plus
No.
distance equals comedy? What is it? I
What?
don't know. dude.
No.
Something like
You-
that.
Come on.
Yeah.
Why am
Isn't that
I the
it?
sensitivity
That's something like
police?
that, damn
Who
it.
cares?
Isn't-
Yeah.
isn't-
What's
Jeez.
wrong?
Tragedy
Who
plus
here,
comedy
who
equals
here
humor,
lived
right?
through the Chicago fire? No
I
one.
did.
Like, we'll be fine.
Me.
I did.
My
So I can
grandpa
joke about
did.
it. I'm old
Excuse
enough.
me, don't you assume
I
my
doubt
age,
that.
Akarov. Stop
How are you
assuming
gonna
my
doubt
age. That's
that?
rude.
I mean, I just
Tragedy
know.
plus time equals comedy.
You don't know
There
my
you go. I knew it
grandpa.
was
Oh yeah, yeah.
I
Tragedy
don't.
plus time. That makes a little more sense.
I was close. I said
Tra-
time
trage-
times something.
You said tragedy or tragedy
I said
plus
time
distance.
times distance.
I think you said tragedy plus
He was doing
distance. Like,
different math.
it's funny when a
Time
tragedy's
times
over
distance
there.
equals comedy.
I mean, it kind of is. It's like, well, at least
That is
I'm
kinda
out
how
there
comedy
dealing
works,
with
too.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I don't know. We'll work on that.
I'm just saying, like, I understand
Yeah.
moving New Orleans would be a
I
very
like your hat,
expensive
dude.
thing, but if you
Good
just
hat.
if you combine all the costs of having to rebuild destruction that they've done over the last 3 centuries, it probably would have broken even by now.
Probably.
So, LB, how much
$8
would you
in the
say
minus,
you
probably.
averaged in these winter Nexus sites?
Probably.
Well, when I would go out
Good
and do
segue,
them,
Akarov.
I would spend about 3 hours and I would come home with a half bill in a can. But I'm very picky about what I put in my cargo hold. I didn't bring everything back.
Oh, you didn't scoop it
I'm
all.
sure
You
Okay.
didn't get
No.
the carbon or the
I didn't bring back the
spare
I
parts
didn't
that
bring
are
back no, I didn't bring all
very
that shit
like
back.
volume intensive and worth nothing.
I only brought back the overseer effects, the drugs, the skins,
I like the drugs.
and
Because of the drugs.
and the decryptors
Yeah.
and the
Yeah, the
data
decryptors are
chips
good.
and all that stuff.
What else was dropping?
drugs and skins.
Blueprints?
Fireworks, lots of fireworks.
Any valuable
Uh,
blueprints?
Snowballs. Yeah, I got some blueprints.
What did you get?
I got a lot of ancillary armor reppers.
Oh,
Okay.
those
And,
were already in datas, right?
You're still
yeah.
doing those? Nice. That's fun.
I got Santia fucking frigate succubus.
Oh, those are
The
actually
succubus
really
blueprint.
those are expensive too.
Yep.
Those are like,
And I got a couple of
aren't those like
implants.
150 million for like the frigate or something.
What kind of
150?
think so.
implants? Because I was doing some endurance PvP
You were getting
initially
the
before I was
succubuses?
doing the
No
mining
way.
thing, and I killed
Yeah.
a guy with a high grade implant BPC, and I was like, "What the fuck
Yep.
did he find in his loot boxes?"
I've had
You
a
seriously got
high grade one drop
implant?
He
and
did,
a
and I
mid
killed it.
grade.
But
Just
he
the
got
BPC.
it first, and you killed it.
Just a BPC.
It was
yeah.
the BPC he had in his on the kill mail, and I was like, "Oh, what?" Like he had been those mining cans I was talking about. He'd been opening them as he went, and I came into his mining site with an endurance, and I got that ass,
Dick.
and it didn't drop. It blew up, but whatever. He was
That's-
carrying
that's
around
for
a
him,
high grade
not for
BPC.
you.
Did you get a Phantasm BPC?
No.
Oh.
Just the
I like
succubus.
succubuses though.
He's
They're
trying to make
fun.
you feel lesser because you didn't get like a bunch.
I've got a succubus.
They're
I've never
fun.
used
they're
it.
fun little afterbird.
Yeah, I've never used it. Because if I end up using it, that means something went very wrong, and I've lost my redeemer.
Yeah,
it's my ejection seat frigate. So
that's mostly what I see him used for at this point.
One
One of my court
they're very fast.
Well, yeah, because you can put an afterburner on it.
yeah,
and
you
go
put an
almost
AB
faster
on
than-
them and
yeah,
an NWD. You just dual prop
be
it,
silly.
and that way it's like if you die in a bubble in your battleship, and you
get out.
probably have implants in that are very expensive. You don't want to lose your pod. It's probably the best thing to
I just
get the
rip
fuck
them
out of
out,
there
yeah.
with. So
I'll tell you what BPCs I got. Let me scroll down here through the incredibly long list of fucking
Woo.
BPCs that I have for some reason. Lots of heavy missile launcher 2s. Anybody need any heavy missile launcher 2s?
no.
You got BPCs for
Can't
them
say that I do.
I got BPCs for them, yeah.
in the
But
event.
missile
for
launcher
days.
2s.
No, not in the event. Just what
You
I've
just happen
created
to have
over
them.
the.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I was like, why?
Say, wow, what did I do wrong?
Yeah, fuck.
I feel
the
like
guy who owns
those are
that
the
BPO.
BPCs that you sell for like 2 million for like a BPC with like 50 runs on it or something. Well, no, you can't really get 50. You can't get 50
Navy
runs on a
version of the
BPC.
Dreads. Talk to me. I'll buy a
These
Navy
days you
version of
can't, but I
Dreads.
still have
Oh,
some
yeah?
legacy BPCs
Yeah, if
with
you
like
wanna sell some of those,
500
I'll buy
runs
some
for
of those.
frigates.
Yeah, I
and
mean, I
stuff
guess
for a
if you
while.
had, I guess if you have a missile launcher 2 BPO and make copies, then you could do that. But
It would still be limited by
So-
copy runs. But sorry, go ahead.
For implants, I got a low grade Nirvana Beta, a low grade
Blueprint?
Rapture, Blueprint,
Right.
low grade Rapture Alpha, low grade Rapture Gamma, and another low grade Rapture Gamma. That's
Okay.
the 4 I see there. Let me see if there's any more here. 'Cause I haven't seen there's a mid grade Nirvana Alpha. about
that's
that?
that's pretty good.
Those nightmares are from something else. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, the Nirvanas are solid. That's the
Don't
shield.
worry
That's the
about
shield
that.
ones,
Don't
right?
worry about
That's
that.
the shield hit
What
points.
about that little fella? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
Don't worry about that.
yeah, Nirvana, and then Amulet's the
Succubus
armor.
Blueprint.
The suck.
Suck. The
You
succubus.
got that. You got it as a drop.
Yeah, I got it as a drop.
A 1-run
Uh,
blueprint or is it 3-run?
Hold on. That's probably a 1.
Probably a 1.
Those ones are usually 1s.
I thought they were 3.
So I always wonder, like, is
quantity-
it better to just sell the blueprint? Because I
yeah,
think you
one
can.
run remaining.
I think because I've looked into some of those blueprints. You're like, oh, I could sell the blueprint for, let's just say 40 million, or I could build this ship and spend 10 million in materials and sell it for 55 million. It's like, do I want to go through all that to make an extra 5 million? It's probably a lot more work
Yeah,
than that 5 million's
Like
worth.
the
But I always like to build shit because I'm like, but I'm gonna build this. Fuck it.
alligator is like that. It's fucking. You used to be able to sell the alligator BPCs for 100 mil. Now they're going for 65 mil for the blueprint.
Oh shit.
And like the profit margin, if you build them, like you're spending 600 mil for materials, and then the blueprint, and then you're making about 20 mil for
They're
alligator.
going what, about this,
Oof.
just under 700.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It doesn't
around,
shock
around
me though
700.
in the moment that they got like it it was a curve, right? So like
Yeah,
it'll,
yeah.
It always
come, it'll
is,
come
though,
back
yeah.
to be it'll come back to be reasonable when it's not new and hot. Like
It's
you
not a
got in
complete
early
reverse
and,
bell
and
curve,
did
but it's
well, and then
close,
like
yeah.
if you wanted to stay in it because of what you're already doing, like you could do well later again. But like
Yeah.
right now, all the yokels are like, I'm building my own, and blah,
But
blah,
if you
blah, I'm
were to
getting on
want to
this trend
sell
that they're,
Navy
like, late.
Dread BPCs that you were getting, yeah, you should talk to me. I would buy those from you.
Yeah.
Well, I won't
For
be
100
getting
mil?
any of those. But do you want Garista's Dreadnought BPCs?
Wait, Cayman?
Maybe.
Which one is
Yeah.
that?
the Cayman.
Is that one any
Maybe.
good? I can't remember. I
Maybe.
feel like I never
I
really
might
see
be
it.
interested. Talk to me later about that.
I
might wanna build
mean,
one of those.
if you
Cayman.
want a missile dread, ew.
It's 25 million
Crab
LP, and then 25. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
They're
No.
expensive.
That's not correct, is that?
Billions. Yeah.
25 million LP, 25 billion ISK.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
You'll
So
never
they're-
see
so
a
they're putting a
Cayman
f-
blueprint from me. Never ever.
They're putting a floor on it. Keep it
Let's
valuable.
I
That
give you
seems
the ISK
overdone.
first.
Yeah, you're gonna have to give me the 25 billion ISK, and then I'll hand you over a fucking blueprint, and then you give me a little bit more.
But
ISK
25 million LP is quite a bit too, isn't it?
I think so.
It can be like
Yeah.
a faction or a Navy Dread. The BPC is 1 million LP.
Yeah. See, that's what I want. Give me some of those. I'll buy
one of
those.
the
Well, I'd have to do faction warfare, and I don't want to.
you
I'm doing
did.
Garistas. No, I'm doing
Oh, okay.
Garistas.
Oh,
stuff.
never, okay. I see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one
I
of
thought
the
you got
pirate-
I can get you alligators and rattlesnakes.
I want an alligator.
I want a
Thinking of an
gator.
alligator.
An
I
alligator?
might buy an alligator.
I want a
Just for
gator
memes.
and a mamba.
Wait.
I'm not happy with
real
Mamba.
quick.
Alligator
I
was
was
good.
I heard you because I was in the restroom, so I was muted. But I'm sorry. How much was it for Witch Dread? The super expensive one there.
Cayman,
the
25
Cayman was
25 bill.
It's for the blue
25
page.
million LP, so 25 million Garista's LP, and then 25 billion ISK. If you have two of those, you go to the LP store and you can get yourself a Cayman.
I mean,
blue.
the ISK
BPC.
part's easy. That's the ISK part's easy. That's Trump change. Can I get one of
The
those from you?
LP is not.
The LP's
No,
not
he's
jump change.
he's saying the LP is not worth. Yeah,
It's a lot
I
of
see what
work.
he's saying.
I
Also,
mean,
There are
got-
reasons that those are really expensive.
also Skyhawk, quick. You can't read the chat, but Darwin has an update for because you're into the volcano thing. He said that Gridovik residents were banned while the volcano was erupting. They prepared a lawsuit arguing that the government could not keep them from their property, but they dropped it when the eruption stopped and were allowed back in. There's been no ruling by any
Let me-
court on this.
Skyhawk, let me recap that
Oh,
for
okay.
you. They were bitches when they could be. Then when they couldn't be bitches, they weren't anymore.
Wow.
Hmm.
And you know the
Something
moral
like
of the
that.
story,
Thing-
just the moral of the story, just be a bitch all the time.
Just be a
Yeah.
bitch. Whine and cry and be a bitch. LB knows.
Oh yeah.
It's the American way.
It's the American way.
Well, no, I thought that was the Canadian motto.
Whoa.
Oh, speaking of
what the
like, everyone's like Canadians are so
No,
nice.
no,
and so,
no,
so
what?
I saw a video of, it was apparently
The
not
one
that
mean
long ago. It was like a
Canadian?
couple months ago. The Senators and the Panthers having is it the Panthers, the Florida Panthers? Is that what it is?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, having a
What?
big full brawl, and the ref came
A
out. They
fucking brawl?
finally broke it up, and they're like, this person gets a 2-minute penalty for this, and this person gets a 2-minute penalty for this, and all the people on the ice 10-minute misconduct. And,
Yeah.
like, I was like,
Oh,
so
you're
what
not talking
happens?
about
Is it just
football,
like
okay.
10 minutes of nobody like of the game, just a puck on the ice and no one out there?
No,
Or-
so it was a
Is that what
line
it was?
brawl. It wasn't a bench clearing brawl. It was a line brawl. So
It was
typically you'd
everyone
have
on the
like
ice just got into a big brawl.
you'd have 3 forward lines of 3, and you'd have 3 defensive lines of 2, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the 5 from each team that were on the ice both get to go to their locker room for 10 minutes. So you're down
Oh, so
to
you
2
but you can
offensive
still
lines
play.
and 2 defensive lines.
Oh,
You
they
can
literally
still-
have to
you
leave
still
the,
play.
the arena.
Okay,
though.
but
They have to
it
go to the
was
locker
one
room.
of the teams was down
Oh,
a person
yeah,
because one
because-
person got a 2-minute penalty, so it was one of them did have a power play for 2 minutes, I guess. But
Yeah.
That's
If you put them if you put all 5 of those guys in the penalty box, it's a crowded penalty box.
Yeah, then they start
So
fighting
then it's
again.
like
I get more
standing. Well,
entertainment.
no, because it's all you're in there with your own team, and you're all just sandwiched in there
Oh, you could be yelling
for
at each
10
other,
minutes. And then if somebody else
Aren't you
gets a
right next to
penalty,
the
then
other
he
guys?
doesn't fit in. Yeah, but it's separated by glass.
Ooh,
I know,
Yeah.
but once you come out, you're all fired up from talking shit.
well, but also if you
Farting
Yeah.
on each other, you come out there
but
swinging.
I think
I
you
was
this
come
is
out
probably
swinging,
another.
right?
It's probably another reason why they send them back to the locker room so they can't fucking just
I-
like chirp each other the entire time.
I
That's
was
what
just
if you do it, you'll be riled
Yeah.
up.
Start the fight again.
I wasn't sure because I was like, does that count as like all 5 players on both teams in the penalty box? I was like, what is it, just goalie
But
versus
there's
goalie?
15 on
And
each
that's
side
the-
ready
that's
to
the-
play at any given time.
It's just goalie versus
That'd be
goalie
so
on the
fun.
ice, and that's it.
Watching it just go across the whole friggin' thing back and forth, unless one gets bold and
Dude,
comes
I
out
would
of
love
it.
to
Like,
see the goal. I would
Well, the ice isn't quite level. It starts going down toward one side.
the goalie's all sitting there. He's
I was like, what the fuck's going on? He's freaking out.
That would actually be hilarious.
quick.
Just like goalie
God
versus goalie,
damn, I
like,
wanted to see that happen.
for 10 minutes.
I'm gonna hop off for a little bit. I might hop back on when I get back to
Should.
where I'm staying to my laptop. But we're
Be safe,
going
Scout.
inside right now. So
Sounds good, man.
I'll catch you
Have a
guys
good night.
later.
Later, buddy.
Great and the Science Man.
Number go up. Good.
We did talk about it already.
Great
No, no,
Dan,
you-
the Science Man.
You want to talk about patch notes first?
Wait, there was patch
Like
notes? I didn't see
Great,
patch
great,
notes.
great,
There are patch
great,
notes that
great.
came out on the
Science
4th of January.
rules.
Yeah.
Wait,
It
isn't
just
that
says
today?
the winter next. No, it was yesterday.
Oh, it was- yeah, you're right.
So it just says the winter nexus has concluded. For insurgencies, if you're enlisted with angels or charistas, clicking on the faction icon on the fact character sheet will now open the insurgency window instead of the faction warfare one. Defect fixes. They added a premium marker to some skins that were missing.
Sorry.
And they
Oh.
fixed pirate strongholds being referred to as forward operating bases in the reward
Real
section. of
quick,
the pirate
LB,
stronghold that we see. Yeah.
Can you roll it from the top? Apparently, when I swapped to the 4 camera thing, I didn't realize that the Draydan the Science Man music was activated on that.
Holy
So no one could hear you over the Science Man music.
Okay.
No way.
Sorry, I didn't know that was even on. My bad.
It's all good. Is it
Do we
off
even
now?
have a
It's
science
all-
person?
It's on.
But you've got- it's
no,
what-
no,
must be on
yeah.
No.
It-
That
I
must be on
must
the
have
soundboard.
acted.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna have to come up with one now.
No,
You
it's
can't
just
on the
do it.
soundboard.
I need to set those things on the sources to not auto activate when I activate the scene.
You think?
Yeah, because I do that with the intro too. Like if the intro is active and then when it finishes, it comes off. But if I don't turn it off, then the next time I
Really? We've
activate
never seen that happen before.
it's a wild thing, you know.
We need
It's
to
a
get with
weird
Manic and
weekly
get like
thing,
a
right?
cutscene
Yeah.
graphic that'll like come up on the stream and do some like maybe
Oh,
some
did
like
you lose a
real
cat,
silly Microsoft
Donna?
clip art of like
We had
science
a
stuff.
the final
you
shots,
time to
final
run and get
thoughts one he made was
jacketed.
really good.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
check it
something
away.
just fun to like blur the screen / whatever.
Yeah. No, I just need to
just a-
set those to only
scene
activate
change.
when I turn them on and not auto activate when I turn the scene on, because then it just plays and when I'm swapping cameras
Yeah.
and don't know if it's on or not. All right, go ahead, LB. Sorry.
There's only 3 things. The Winter Nexus has ended. If you click on your faction icon on your character sheet and you're enlisted with Guristas or Angels, it'll take you to the Insurgency window instead of the Faction Warfare window. They added a premium marker to some skins that were missing them. And they fixed the terminology of pirate strongholds being referred to as forward operating bases in the rewards section of the Pirate Stronghold agency page.
So it's much
That's-
clearer now.
That was it for the 4th of January. Yeah, I think we've covered
Nothing
pretty
today.
much everything else recently, right? Yeah. There we go. And then
Okay.
Val is talking about in chat there. Valamir is talking about the change to AEU, the terminology. That's
Oh, yeah.
something that only happens on certain streams where they refer to AU as Australia's.
What?
We were fucking around on my stream the other night, and I was saying, "Oh yeah, set your probes to 4AU," and he's like, "Australia's." Set your probes to 4 Australias, and then you can scan shit down.
Australia,
yes, that's funny.
Australia nomical units. Yeah.
Timber.
Hey, speaking of Australia, he's close to Australia. It's up
Don't
to
It's
get
him.
basically Australian, you know?
Yeah, I tried to
Basically.
call him that one time. And he got mad at me.
You
Yeah.
guys know that's really offensive to Australians for some reason.
Because we're
I'm sorry,
Fucking
New
bleeding
Zealanders.
heart red
Ki-
line
Kiwis?
tonight.
no
What's
shit.
his
Getting us in
deal?
trouble some more. Thanks, Redline.
I thought it was funny. Like
No,
I'm
I'm making jokes with Timber. What do you mean?
for the
Getting
when
in
I first
trouble.
heard that people from New Zealand were considered Kiwis, I was like, is that like a bad like?
And cheap shit.
Is that derogatory? Are you not supposed to say that? And they're like, no, it's fine. You can say Kiwis.
Jesus.
Is that a slur in your part?
I wasn't sure.
Is
I
that
didn't
a
want to be
slur
like,
in
oh,
your
these
part?
Kiwis. They were going like,
What do you
holy
mean you
shit,
don't like
dude, you
being
can't
called a
say that. What the
sheepjagger?
fuck's wrong with you? I'm like,
Kiwis, man.
Fucking kiwi. I like kiwi, actually.
I don't like
I'm
kiwi.
not
I don't
really
like
a
the I don't
fan
like
of
the kiwi
melons.
fruit.
No, I do.
The kiwi
Not a
animal
kiwi
is
fruit?
I like
the
sheep,
kiwi
too.
animal is weird.
What's
bird is
next?
kinda cool.
Yeah, the bird
What's
animal.
next on the list?
I don't even know.
Got a what's it,
Numbers?
community beat. There's also
Community
an
beats
MER.
out.
There's a community.
Did you want a
beat.
little update on the war in the north thing?
Is there a war in the north?
there an
No,
update?
not anymore.
Okay, is that the
The way you
update?
responded to that.
That was
Yeah,
like
so
2 months ago.
weird thing, because I was saying like, oh well, last week when we were running the show, it's like, well, we just finished up capturing the last iHub in Cloud Ring. So I was thinking like, oh well, the obvious choice is we cleared the north, we went over, got rid of Cloud Ring. I was like, so now we're gonna start hitting initiative, right? Nope. We captured all the iHubs. We're like, cool, that's done. Off to the south we go, and we're just gonna Cloud Ring that we spent the last month or two taking.
Let it go.
Synergy of
No big deal.
Steel, you take it. You have it. It's like, wait,
It's fine.
why did we grind that whole region if we're just gonna be like, and just get rid of it? But oh,
You
well.
gotta stay moving.
Like,
You're
yeah.
PL now, bro.
Funsies.
You're not empire builders anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're PL.
yeah.
You guys are Empire Destroyers.
At the
Sandcastle
retirement
kickers.
homes.
I don't know if Synergy of Steel's getting the whole region, but I think they're getting some spots in there. And I think they might be getting some of Fade too. I can't remember, but
Dude,
Come to catch.
back
have
when
some
they
fun.
lived in Insmother, they were south of us before the whole like burning out Fireco eviction thing. Synergy of Steel always like showed up good for fights. Like they were actually
Yeah.
really fun neighbors.
well,
in my
that's
opinion.
why they weren't getting
And
evicted.
when,
That was oh, go ahead, sorry.
when all that was going. I was just saying when all that was going down, I was like, dude, we should really try to like coax these guys over, like, work out some sort of deal with them. I thought they were a pretty decent party as far as all the different fire codes were concerned. And then sure enough, when they moved up north with all those guys, they were still a very prominent force and everything. Like those guys, I've got a lot of respect for them from just like an adversary standpoint anyway.
Yeah, so that's kind of why they were not evicted. It's like Brave is gone, all the other groups got kicked out.
I thought they cut a deal.
Yeah, and they kind of cut a deal. So as far as I know, I mean, this is just me, line member. I don't have any of the actual backroom higher up leadership intels, but it sounded like that for the amount of people that Synergy of Steel has, they punched above their weight big time. They always brought way more percentage of numbers to all the fights, even though it wasn't as much. I mean, their space was on the line too, but it's like you have Blob and Volta and these big, huge groups and Brave and all this stuff that are like, getting their space invaded, and they were just kind of bringing trickles of numbers, and Synergy of Steel was almost matching them, even though they were like a fraction of the size. So it was kind of like the rest of PanFam and Frat were like, that's impressive, and they weren't actually going to take the space itself. So they're like, well, they aren't going to be blue to us. It's probably going to be more of like a nip thing, like stay neutral, shoot them, blow them up, but they can have the regions, and we aren't going to take the space from them, type of thing.
Apparently, Dun.
That's what I think. That's what I heard.
Might be dirty nip breakers. Although I also saw in the comments.
Can you imagine that? LB? Fret?
I can't imagine it.
That apparently
I can't imagine it.
The structure in question was also like outside of their like agreement or whatever. Like they agreed to have like one structure in a certain constellation or something, and they put up another, I guess. And so like it's unfit and everything. So like I could believe that commentary, but I just thought it was funny because it was within the last few hours on Reddit.
It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, Frat's blue to us, but I feel like there's a lot of shady stuff they do all the time.
Shady as fuck. Sorry.
What do you mean?
Jesus.
What does who mean?
You shady? Who's shady? In what
Fraternity.
ways? How?
Well, I can only speak from personal experience. My personal
Which
experience here's the story. We lived in Scalding Ass. Are you familiar with Scalding Ass?
Yeah.
Sure, yeah. It's a region in the space of the video game EVE Online. I get it.
It's garbage. Anyways, we had some Sov there. And then World War B2 kicked off, and we were on the Pappy side, the losing side, initially.
The initial winning side.
The initial winning side, but then it turned out to be the losing side.
The eventual losing side.
That's besides the point. When we were owning Sov in Scalding Ass, and we were on the Pappy side, fraternities, people started showing up in our Sov and attacking it in an effort to take it from us. And we were like, yo,
dicks.
What the fuck, man? Same team. And they were like, yeah. Don't worry about it. And we were like, okay, cool. And then they kept happening. And we were like, dude, tell these guys to fuck off. And the people in charge of this coalition were like, we're working on it. It's a diplomatic thing. There's wheels are in motion. Like things are in play, blah, blah, blah. And then one day, all of a sudden, these characters that were attacking our Sov weren't in Frat anymore. They were just in another alliance. And then they continued to attack our Sov. We were like, this isn't a very good magic trick. Like we could see through the illusion.
Like swap to
it's
like
the same
Star Chaser or one of
the
their
same
other alt groups.
yeah, it's the same fucking people, but in a different fucking alliance, and they're still attacking our Sov. Get them the fuck off. And they were like, yeah, well, they're not in Frat, so we can't really control them.
Not my
So
jurisdiction.
fucking good luck. And we were like, yeah,
Not my problem.
Yeah, it's then
fuck
you're
it,
like,
we're leaving.
hey Imperium, how's the weather over there?
Yeah.
Yeah, wasn't much better over there.
And I was gonna say, and that went really great, right? Like that's
went
where you
really
ended up in
great.
your final destination.
Smooth sailing. Yeah. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
we've
why
been
would you
there.
not be?
Oh wait.
Heard nothing
oh,
but
wait.
good things about those guys.
Oh wait.
I'm over
Well-
there. What are you talking to say?
Well, it's
I've
like
heard nothing but good things
There
about
was
you
Skull and
guys.
Pass, then you guys went to
Yeah.
Esoteria? That was
We were all
supposedly while I
over.
was still in wrong, even though I wasn't playing. But I had the wrong tag.
We're all over. We were in let me just look at the map. Like who fucking
Because you were in
knows
Scalding
anymore,
Pass, and then you're like, we're moving to Esoteria. I'm like, yeah, I'll get my stuff moved. And I hadn't logged in like 2 months, and I just continued to not log in. So my stuff didn't get moved. It all went to asset safety.
Yeah, we were
That's
in
where you
Scalding
lost your
Pass.
shellfish.
And then we flipped sides.
Or that
then
Innsmother.
we're like-
Didn't you go to Innsmother at some point too? I can't remember.
No, we didn't go to Innsmouth. That sounds gross.
And then what happens to traders happen to you.
Yep. Lessons learned, right? We all learn lessons.
Mm-hmm.
We had some Sov and Catch for a little bit. We had some Sov and fucking Impasse.
Detroit or Detroit, I mean.
Yep.
I always want to call it. I always want to call it Detroit when
That's
I see
what
it.
I call it too.
It's,
I
it's
like it
just
when
it's
people
the
call it
fucking Detroit of Eve, you know.
It is the Detroit of Eve. It's awful.
It's really not though. Where that
Because
where that
nothing's the Detroit of
structure-
Eve, right?
Nah, where Rick Javix put that structure, Space Detroit, that was the Detroit of Eve. Snuffed out Gur.
Gamma?
They killed it. Yeah, Tama. Man. All my
Everyone
homies hate
hates
Snuffed
it.
Out. Y'all hate Snuffed Out, right?
I don't
So,
like
like, is
Snuffed
that-
out.
I do, but you know that.
Is that Norva
Yeah, we can-
Gate?
we
Is
can
that
be
the bridge to Canada then?
My group teams up with them a lot
Yeah,
too.
probably.
Just kind of mutually dunk on shit that they catch though.
Because your groups are terrible people.
There was
Yeah.
even a thing earlier today. I was at work, but there was like some Volta capitals that got caught by. I thought it was funny, like when they were sending the thing out, like the goggle men is what they call the because I guess all the snuffed out guys all have the goggles. Yeah, they all have the goggles
also their
on their
logo,
portraits. I think it's like an actual alliance like requirement. You have to make your guy have goggles on, and so it's like, oh, the goggle men have captured Volta caps. You know, get in fleet. So we team up with them a bit. I've never been on a fleet where we were teamed up with them, but it does. No, I can't say that actually. I think I
See him
have.
try to wash his hands.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
I-
look
I
at
think
Joey
I have.
Backpedal here.
I think
I
have
don't
jumped
team
on some.
up.
I
I
have
don't team
never-
up with
yeah,
Snuffed
Oh,
Out.
I
might
was
have.
like, I didn't, but then I think about like, no, I think there were a few times where I'm like, oh, caps to kill, and then like
Oh,
you jump
wait
in, it's like, don't
just
shoot
a-
those
Oh, wait,
guys. You look
I
over, it's
have gotten with
a
that.
bunch of BBCs over on the other side of the grid. You're like, oh, those guys. But
Yeah, but you do it because
Yeah, we do it.
you're desperate for the kill mails. You're desperate for the
oh
content
yeah,
because
oh yeah.
your alliance isn't gonna get it for themselves. They have to rely on people like
we
the
catch
Goggle
enough
Men.
stuff on our own. The Goggle
Yeah,
Men
do
catch
ya?
some stuff, but
Do
we
ya? Is that what you do? You
What
catch
you
things?
tell yourself?
there's
do
times
you
where we
catch?
catch it and we don't have the numbers, and so we get a hold of the Goggle. We get a hold of the Goggle Men to
no.
help bolster the
Name
numbers. So
one.
they respond
Name one
to
time.
us.
One
Yeah.
time. Name one
Maybe
time it happened.
Fuck. Well, I don't like
Damn.
log every single cap kill I get.
Why don't
dude.
you? You should.
I
Because
don't
they
want
just,
you
like,
to
they
tell me
just
every
roll
single
in
one. I
daily.
just
No,
want you to tell me once.
One, yeah.
I just
There
need
was
one.
one.
I don't need every single one. Just one.
No, there was
Nah.
one where our
You
guys.
remember that one time PL killed a cat?
I almost wonder if it
Oh,
was
okay.
the
one
Lancer
time, yeah, I
Dread we
gotcha,
jumped
bro.
on. I think we baited a Lancer Dread. I don't know if we
Okay,
did it
cool.
with a jump
Why
freighter
would
or
you do that
something,
to him?
but we
Hmm.
baited one of the low sec into high sec gateways. I think we baited a Lancer to jump on something, and then we got it. And we jumped on it, started killing it, but then Snuffed came in as well. I'm assuming that was because we did the bait work. Not me. I mean, the competent people in my alliance did the
We assumed you meant you.
did the work, and
No.
I just jumped in a Logi Loki and put a few Warrior 2s on it,
Well, hey, there you go. That worked.
or Logi Legion. That's what it was,
Yeah,
not
right,
Loki.
you did.
Yeah, so you didn't hunt it or anything. You
No, I didn't hunt it,
find
but
you
our
just-
group hunted it, and Snuffed came in and helped jump on it. But
Okay.
and then I almost died to fucking.
I think that you described that story extremely well, and it was I believe you. I believe you completely.
It was
You're right, I'm wrong.
well, I mean, I think it was Snuff. It's the only Tech 2 Lancer Dread on my kill board. You have to go search for it and find it, but I was
I'll
there.
find it.
I was there. I don't know if Snuffed was there. I think they were.
We'll find out.
I almost died on that too.
You
I
just
got that was the
ruined it.
I got to like 8% structure, and lived with
Damn, bro.
yeah. That's because when we jumped in, we were killing like a Phoenix, I think, or no, not a Phoenix. Oh no, I'm thinking of a different time. So the Lancer Dread we killed, it blew it fast. We jumped on a Phoenix another time, and we killed the Phoenix, but I almost died that time. Because apparently there was like 3 support ships, like 3 other, like there was like an Omen and some other random ships there, I think. And they started shooting me. I'm like, no problem. But then all the rats, I guess they were using the Dreadnought to kill one of the big, like, whatever you use a Dread to kill with the escalation spawns or some shit.
Like a carrier spawn or something.
Yeah, something like that. And like, so I was like sitting there thinking like, oh, it's just some rats. And all of a sudden it's like shield's gone, half my armor's gone, and I'm in an armor ship. I'm like, oh, broadcast for reps, overheat the afterburner, overheat the resist things, and I started getting some reps, and it was like one of those like, you know, you rep 20%, you lose 25. It was like doing that all the way down. I was like, oh, I'm gonna die, and I get down to like 8% structure, and then like got far enough away that it held, and then it was
You lived?
I lived. Yeah.
Ooh.
And we had like armor and shield rep. So it's like I took a picture and posted it in my Corp Discord at some point back then. There's a picture of like shields were full, armor was full, hull was down to like a sliver. It's really low.
Yeesh.
Praise be Logi.
So what's
Yeah.
happening down in Catch? Tell me about that. I'm talking about that this weekend.
Damn, we got skipped
my
over on the
show's
Catch,
coming
premiere.
up.
I
Oh,
haven't got there yet. I'm still in the middle of moving. I've got moved halfway down there, but I
gotcha.
haven't
So
finished.
you're not.
I'm not there
So
yet.
you stopped going on fleets already?
No, we
What?
started moving like 4 days ago, and I got the first
You've
leg
been
of the
doing
trip,
fleets
but
down there for like 2 months. What do you mean?
Oh well, our whole shit hasn't been deployed down there. I guess I don't know what's going on down there. Then
You literally, there's like it's 3 jumps. Why would you deploy? Well, I know why you deploy. Never mind. Don't answer that.
from
But it's still
from
I thought he
three
said they
jumps.
just finished
from
up
Pure
in
Blind, it's not 3
Cloudry.
jumps.
You should log in and map it to Zarzak. It's right there, dude.
Oh well, I'm
Right
not
next
taking
door.
I'm not taking a revelation through Zarzak, dude.
Mm.
That is difficult.
Jumping my stuff around. I took 3 jumps just to get back to UMI, and then I gotta go. I still gotta keep wrapping around the rest of the way. But I got home last night at like 8:30 p.m. The night before that, I got home at like 9 p.m. I was like, the last thing I'm doing is doing solo moves because all the sino chains were down. So,
Damn. I mean, it looks like there's.
but this weekend I'm gonna get moved and I'll be down there and deployed. I don't even know. Well, I mean, if I did, I probably can't say yet. I mean, eventually everyone's gonna know, but it's early enough that it's probably OPSEC. I can't say like what system we're actually deploying in. So, just to be on the safe side and not get purged, I'm not gonna say.
Okay, it's probably a good idea. I bet I could figure it out.
But it's down in
Give
the
me
south
10 minutes.
somewhere.
Give me 10 minutes.
Yeah, you could probably figure it out, but it's down
Yeah,
in
I
the
will.
south somewhere.
It's in
that we're in.
Catch. It's in
Let me see.
Catch, right?
I don't know.
It's
Like I said, I'm in tribute,
F
making my way down. So
R2-Q. F4 R2-Q. That's
Bingo.
the system.
I don't think so. That
No?
might be
Okay.
where some allies are deployed to, but that's not where I'm directed to go. So
I see why you would guess that.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good guess. It's a good guess.
Mm-hmm.
is there a big red blob on the map right now with that?
No, that's
Oh.
just the only system that
Just
Fred
says
owns in Catch.
just says fucking frat on it. So
It just says Fred on it. So I
Mhm.
figured that might be where you're going.
That
if you
could
go to
be where-
iHubs, if you go
The
to
thing though
iHubs,
is,
there's more.
us and Frat don't stage out of the same spots though.
Yes,
so
you do.
Yeah. Yeah. Why would you?
mm,
Yeah. In other news, Brave Collective has lost 130 members in the last 7 days. Apparently, their
like one
joining the Imperium has not gone very well.
are you sure they? Well, that sounds like one big corp. So are you
Oh, like
are-
one corp doing an activity purge.
either an activity purge
Yeah.
now, or was it Brave lost the members because a corp swapped from Brave to Goons or something? Has
Well,
has
it
Goons
appears-
gained a roughly similar number of members?
It appears as though
Guess we call
that group may
poaching.
have just left the Brave Collective and joined Brave United instead, as
Oh.
Brave United increased by 137 members.
Okay, well that's
Did you look at the stats to see
that's
if
just
it was the same
Brave.
corp?
That's just
Did
shifting.
Did I?
Like,
That's
No,
just
I didn't
shifting.
look at the stats. Why would
That's
I look at
shifting
the stats?
personnel. That's not
Sounded
that's
like you
not
had a
losing.
scoop.
No, it's way
No,
more
it's-
fun to make baseless accusations than it is to
Exactly.
actually
Yeah.
But
investigate.
in other news, the fastest growing alliance this week is Grimskulls with 909 pilots. They
Ooh.
started on January 3rd with 8 pilots, and now they have 918.
That's quite the increase.
Yeah, I
That
don't
is
know who
quite
they
the
are.
increase.
We're gonna need you to reverse engineer every single pilot. Oh, you can't
Cat-
find out who they are.
Cat
Wait.
Skull Cartel.
We need you to join. Make a new character, join that alliance, and give us what the scoop.
I'm
on what's
going to the
on.
website. I'm
Let me
going to
just
their
find
website.
Let me find him on the in the game. Grim Skulls.
Captain
Sounds-
Benzie.
Sounds fucking lame, to be honest.
Captain Benzie
Grim
is a British
Skulls?
YouTuber. Has been making tips, tricks, tutorials, and review. Oh my god, it's Benzie. It's Captain Benzie's corp. Never mind.
I don't know. Who's Captain Benzie?
Yeah, exactly. Just move on. Sorry, forget I said it.
Oh, sounds like Redline doesn't like this guy.
It's not that. It's not that.
Are they from a different game?
I don't know.
The description of the main corp, which is Cat Skull Cartel, says the official Cat Skull Corporation in the EVE Online excuse me. Cat Skull Cartel began as an EVE Echoes. Oh yeah, okay.
Oh, I was about to make a
Echoes
joke about Eve
Corporation.
Echoes, but apparently, that's actually real.
It says, as more players move to play in EVE Online, we have formed Cat Skull here to explore EVE Online together.
That's hey, props
No wonder
to
they
him.
got
That's
a
cool.
fat, like,
That's
influx of members.
yeah, that's cool. I like it. I was when you said when you're like, did they come from another game? I was gonna joke and say, oh, they probably came from Echoes, but yeah.
So they really
Alright.
did come from Echoes.
Yeah.
So is that like the first big migration, or have you guys heard of any others? I haven't heard of any others.
I
Never heard of
don't really follow Echoes, so I wouldn't know. Wasn't
Yeah.
Echoes kind of gonna start losing support, or are they still running that game?
They're still running that game.
Oh, okay.
Should be running just fine.
It's very, very different, though, isn't
Speaking
it?
of
It's
other
very
games coming up,
Yeah.
probably I think in about 2 weeks or so. Vanguard.
different.
Ooh, ah.
Yeah.
20,
Is it coming out
25th to
again?
29th.
Yeah,
25th
right.
to 29th.
Okay, so three
Yeah,
weeks.
I can't wait to
3
talk about
3
that when
weeks.
that comes out.
3 weeks. I'm ready.
Yeah, can't wait
I
to talk
really
about
hope
that when that comes out.
I really hope some of the bug fixes, which is that they fixed the bug where there's no way to make a corp or an alliance in that game, because that's a bug.
Is that a bug?
Yes.
What?
Was it a
Okay.
bug or just
I
something
feel
they
like
haven't implemented
it's
yet?
really early to worry
Yeah,
about that.
I think so too.
Yeah,
Dude, but we gotta
it
make
really is.
what,
We
dude?
got-
Why is
no,
your
no, no.
We got
dog
a few
blurred
weeks.
out?
Dude, don't
Oh,
talk
we should
about
go
the
to-
dog. blurry
Sorry,
dog.
it's just, I was
We were
like,
doing bestiality.
ah,
quizzes.
oh my god, yeah, you gotta censor that shit. You gotta censor
Bro.
that shit.
What?
Bro,
going
quick,
on
what's
here?
next on the list? What's next on the list?
My dog was getting up in my face, and I was
Yeah,
like,
no,
What's
the
next on the
I
list,
wasn't
LB?
well, hold on.
Help us.
No,
No,
but
you
with
just
the
said-
with the
someone
Vanguard,
just
no, with the
said
Vanguard, with the
bestiality.
Vanguard.
We gotta
I
move on
I
quick.
want to be able to squad up, not just squad up, but
there's
alliance
a-
up with guys.
Oh, that'd be
with
fun.
the-
No, they
too.
get
Reds.
no, not yet. Eventually, it'll be there.
I just hope there's a little more flesh to it. You know,
Yeah.
each time I hope
Yeah.
they add a
I
little more
like
flesh. and
flesh,
we get to
yeah.
I
grow.
just hope personally that some things never change. Like, for instance, I don't know if you're familiar with this, but there is a place where 24, I mean, not 24, but like 7 days a week, 365 days a year, except for like some holidays, just depending, you can get unlimited soup, salad, and breadsticks at your local Olive Garden. And
There,
if you
there is a
don't,
place. You just named it.
if you don't take advantage of that, you're really missing out.
I actually went to Olive Garden a couple weeks ago.
I can't go to Olive Garden because I'm banned from my local Olive Garden for
Too much
reasons that I
soup.
can't disclose because I signed an NDA. But
Too
it
much
does
soup.
run out
much.
November 2028. So tune in. I will
Oh, yeah,
reveal.
you got 4 years to go. You're
I
good to
will
go.
reveal the secret of why I am banned from my local Olive Garden.
I have a
Um,
feeling it's because you tried to push the limits of unlimited soup, salad, and breadsticks.
He probably
I
just tried to
can't
sit there all day. He's like, I'm gonna
Did you
have
threaten to litigate?
some unlimited soup, salad, and breadsticks. And he eats like a lunch, and then he's like, I'm just going to chill here. Some more water, please. And he's like, after like 4.5 hours of him sitting this, he's like, I'd like some more
Yep.
soup, salad, and breadsticks. And they get a free
Sir, are you
lunch.
ready to order? No, not yet. But I would like some more soup, salad, and breadsticks.
Yeah.
Keep it
Well,
coming.
the unlimited. It's not free soup salad. You pay for the unlimited soup salad and breadsticks thing, but it's like $12 or something like that.
Let's just say.
But if you just stay there all
that-
day, you can
I
get
am back.
you can just get all the meals for
What did I
$12.
Let's
miss?
just
All your
say that
We're-
that
we're
some
trying to decide
unlimited
for Red Line's
things.
ban at Soup Salad and Garden Place. What's it called? Olive Garden.
Well, let's just
soup
let's just
salad
say
and garden.
let's just say that some unlimited
like that.
things, as a matter of fact, do indeed have limits.
like the way you said that, Dominic, is like soup salad and garden. I'm thinking like Home Depot's home and garden
Hell
department,
yeah, dude.
home and garden department, but like where you
Home
could also
Depot.
like, I'd like some more soup, please.
Home
while I get
Depot
my
in the
mulch.
winter, they give out soup cups to local dads.
Soup cups. That'd be fantastic.
Soup cups and mulch and.
Not mulch. They sell
Well,
that
I'm saying
shit.
like when you're buying your mulch
Mulch?
and your wheelbarrow and your
I don't want a soup
freaking
cup with
garden
my dad.
trowel, and then also
I
you know
haven't
your
eaten
soup
those, though.
because you need that.
Yum.
Yeah. I went to
You
Olive Garden,
guys
but I
see
did not
the,
get the
uh,
soup salad breadsticks. I just got an actual dinner that came with soup.
See the community beat?
I'm not.
Nope,
Eh?
sure
have,
didn't.
but I was
That's what
waiting
I
for you to
come
talk
here
about it.
for. I
Linked her
come
in
here for the community beat.
linked her in Twitch chat there. The first article is remember the EVE Online careers chart? Remember
Yep.
back in the day? Like
Nope.
it had like a million
Yeah.
different things you could do in EVE Online, and it was all on one chart and like how to get
Yep.
each one. Well, that's been updated. That hasn't been updated in quite a while. But another player whose name is Muad Deeb, he's decided to pick up the gauntlet
Hmm.
and run forward with it. So there's a link in the article where you can find the
Muad
latest
Deeb.
version of it. And a lot of the things, it's interactive. So a lot of the things, when you click on them, they will take you to the relevant or appropriate EVE Uni wiki page. And
That's
will
cool.
explain what each career is.
And you can
which is
download
neat.
the new chart he made too.
It was funny because when I first
Yeah.
see this careers chart, I was thinking it was like
Thank you, Uncle.
hiring campaign by CCP. They're like, here's the careers you could get into if you join CCP, and
No.
then you start reading the things, and you're like, oh fuck, this is in game. God damn it! All right,
Wow. Wow.
they got
I
me.
don't
It's
know if
like,
I
I was
told
like,
you
man, dude, even CCP does mining up in Iceland. Fuck. I was like, PvP. What?
Yay.
And then the next article is talking about Anger Games 6. Is everyone familiar with
Yeah.
Anger Games, the tournament?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Take a
tournaments.
shot.
I
Love
know those people.
tournaments.
Oh,
I know
ta-
those guys.
we're,
I wouldn't say that too loudly.
I like those guys.
we got a shot. Oh, where's my?
I'll say it out
Where's my
loud.
whiskey?
That's one of Dom's people's.
My peoples. I like those guys.
All right, yeah, we got a shot to the upcoming 10th edition
I really
Orc
like
release
that.
for 40k. Yeah. Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
I haven't played 40k since early 5th edition. So man, I'm out of touch. But yeah,
Just
What are
remember,
we doing?
red
Oh.
red vehicles go faster.
red makes you go faster. I know the WOG and orcs. Every unit of theirs is something boys. It's like shoot a boys, flame a boys, or burn a boys.
You know what's crazy is we almost
Choppa
had
boys.
30k orcs playing EVE Online today.
Oh,
Oh,
nice. That's quite a few works.
Mm-hmm.
We almost hit 30? We hit 30
Yeah.
times last
Yeah, we
month.
get a-
There's
I think the
There's
last
almost-
time it was 30, the server crashed, or was that 40?
40. Last time
that
30
was
was like last
40.
week or 2 weeks ago. We hit
Oh.
30
there's
a couple-
there's almost 23,000 on right now.
Yeah,
We hit 31 just like last week or the week before.
big game,
Yeah, I
big
like
game.
It. That makes me happy. It's better than 18.
It's a lot of people. It's a
Relevant,
lot of people.
relevant game.
Fuck yeah. You know what? It's
Well-
relevant as long as I'm playing it. It's all that matters.
Relevant to me still somehow.
Yeah, to me, exactly.
Yeah.
That's all that matters. What are we
Log in
talking
and
about?
frag out right now.
So, anyways, Anger Games. There's a Reddit post that's linked within the article, and there's a Discord for it as well. Some changes from last year, so make sure you're up on the rules if you want to enter into Anger Games 6, coming soon.
Yeah, it's cool.
The Lego Rifter becomes real. Remember they had that contest where you could like
But it
build
was all
stuff
done
out of Lego?
virtually, right?
It was all done virtually, like on the Lego website, right? Well, this motherfucker, Shelf Cookie, actually built the Lego Rifter. 5,000 Lego pieces. This thing weighs 9 pounds.
Wow.
It's crazy.
That's
right?
a big
It's
Rifter.
a big Rifter. What a
Did
great
he,
job
did he
he
say it cost
too.
him $40,000 too? Because
No,
that's
it's
just
like
how Legos are
$8 and
these
7
days.
cents. The local
Legos are
Walmart.
so
yeah, a lot of those
expensive
look
right
like pretty standard
Custom
pieces
parts.
with a few the macaroni noodle things up front. I've never seen those before, but
I have.
Oh,
now. Dude, they make some wicked like just
They make some weird
crazy
space
Lego
ones
stuff
now.
now.
Yeah, they do.
oh.
yeah, but a lot of
My
those are
kids have
just
some
look
really
like
cool
pretty
stuff.
just yeah. So you got some of the hinge pieces; those are pretty. Yeah, that's a solid Rifter, man. That's good. He's even got the gun
I don't
mounts
know
on
if you
it.
could pick it up and like fly it around the room though.
It's like
right?
he's even got the
9 pounds.
He's even got the autocannon gun mounts on it. Like that's the thing. Like, because when you look at the general model, like in a show info thing, they don't have the gun mounts on that thing. So that's cool. Cool little extra addition.
Yep. Pretty neat. And then we got a video here about a hell. I haven't read this one yet. Player AGOR2 posted a video showcasing their 3D printed and painted hell model, which took over 100 hours to pull off.
Yeah, it's really cool.
3D.
I wonder how much this weighs. You warned
my
there's
God,
some
the
very
music is
loud
so-
music on it.
Yeah, I was just saying, like, that's loud.
What genre of music is that?
Fortune.
That's I want to say it almost has like an 8-bit video game,
Right?
Electronic music.
It's like,
It's like when they
It's
turn up
called
somebody's
awful.
voice like Chipmunk 'em.
It's
You
awful.
know what I'm talking about a
That's
little
what
bit?
that called.
yeah.
The awful genre.
It's like
Yeah, I'm not a fan of
really.
it.
Hypercore.
Doesn't really
It sounds like a really awful
Something
YouTube
Nightcore.
channel.
Nightcore.
Like
Nightcore.
No, Nightcore is usually a little heavier, like where it's a little
Nightcore
more.
it's not.
was a show in
And
the
Nightcore sounds like it would
Yeah,
be.
It's in
Nightcore
notes to sound
sounds
now,
more.
too,
It's more.
after
Nightcore's
they
more
remade it.
bassy and
Oh my God.
distorted than
Remember
that.
Where's the
Night
video?
Court and Night Core.
Had the bald
Nightcore
guy
is
who was like
not
a
Yeah,
bassy
Bull,
or distorted.
And now
What?
it's got John Larroquette. Yeah.
Yeah, they brought back Night
They brought it
Court.
back. Brought Night
Brown
Court
Headed
back.
Judge, dude.
No, I know Nightcore. I was saying, like, I thought Nightcore was a lot more of like the like
Thank
kind
you,
of
Delana. I appreciate
bassy
you.
bassy
back.
distortion,
No, I get it.
kind of EDM, but then also has a lot
No,
of
that's
like,
literally Nightcore music.
uh,
Shut up. It's Nightcore music.
Night Court.
That's what
Mm.
kind of music it is.
Night Court.
Is it?
That's the
yes.
scene from Night Court. It is not.
It's not
it's
Nightcore.
Redline, it's Redline's favorite genre, so I will agree with him that
It's not. No, literally, just go to Spotify and look up Nightcore. I used to listen to a lot of Nightcore.
I've listened to some
It
Nightcore
was
stuff
on,
here and there,
like,
and it didn't
Night
sound like
Blue
that.
3
You've gone to
streams.
Night Court before,
Ugh.
haven't you?
It was like
I gotta
10
be
years
honest.
ago.
Yeah,
I'm not a
It's
fan of the
tea.
music. I didn't like the music
No,
at
I
all.
like the music
The,
either.
mo-
Yeah.
the model,
entire
the
time.
model was super cool, but
Yeah.
the music was.
Like the second time they posted
That's half
this
the
video,
battle
though,
with
haven't they?
videos.
Wait, so he did
Sometimes
too.
people
It's
have real
there's a
unique
there's a
taste in
hell and there's a Nidhogger, isn't it? Both
Yeah.
there? Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Eve players
Uh,
make very cool
Which a
things.
Nidhogger is basically
Yeah.
just a hell with less plating.
How big
Yeah.
is the thing?
No, Nidhogger's kind of a little flatter too.
It looked.
How big is what thing?
I'd say it looked like it was almost a
Does it
foot
give dimensions
long,
on it? I'm not sure.
which means it's probably about 7 inches.
Yeah. So it's about 4 inches.
Yeah, the one that they made for Vegas in June was like
That's like
I
4
don't know,
foot.
that was
wasn't it?
like 4 feet. Yeah. So some people can make
That's
that,
too big.
That,
But where
it's not
do
for-
you
Are
where
you
do
sure?
you measure from?
do you know?
The tip or like where the wings meet?
Just the tip, baby. Just the tip.
it was an avatar. It didn't have wings.
Yeah, I
it had
remember
a tip though.
seeing the big avatar.
You got to start from way back at the base of the avatar and then go right to the
Yeah.
tip
Right
of it,
to the tip. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Work your way
like
up,
underneath the underneath part, not the top part.
Yeah, that's cheating though.
We're very mature here.
Look.
Yeah, that gives you an extra foot if you do it that way. So
Jesus.
Wow.
Almost too big.
Talk about size
You know-
queens.
Yeah, when people was like,
Jesus.
"Oh, you want a thing that's like 3 feet long," it's like, no, dude, that's scary.
Who?
Yeah.
What? No. No one ever.
Big spaceships.
Yeah, super
No
big
one
space.
ever.
but it's big
spaceships.
though. It's big.
But it's big.
It's big,
man.
manly.
Huge,
like the big one.
huge.
That's not gonna fit
there's
in the
some-
hangar.
That's right.
Oh, we can force it.
Just gotta get
Ow,
a
what-
keep star.
Different
Ow.
strokes for different folks.
Ouch.
Yeah.
It happens, right? What do you do?
You say ouch because that
Don't
hurts.
stroke this, folk.
Delana, not
Yeah.
everybody has keep stars, you know?
Yeah, poor people.
Yeah.
What are
Some people
you
just have to
saying?
log off. And
Or
there's
some
big
people
shit.
do have keep stars. is what
Man,
we're
you know,
saying.
sometimes you just gotta.
Sometimes it's a keep star. It fits
Sometimes
right
you
in.
gotta Azabel. Sometimes you gotta.
Sometimes you get an Athenor.
Sometimes you got a mobile depot.
A mobile depota.
Oh
So
my
some
god!
Upcoming
like-
player meetups and books and stuff.
Yeah, speaking
We
of
lost control.
New
speaking of docking
Orleans!
up in Delana's Fortizar, there's a little meetup going on.
This is
Wow,
What a-
that's
what a
quite the
segue.
That was an
segue.
awful segue. I liked it, but it was not good.
Oh God. Yes. By the way, yes. Eve New Orleans. April.
Yes. Oh, but yes.
April
No, not
19th
Eve
to
New
21st.
Orleans.
That's
It's
coming up
the
quick.
DC meetup.
wait. Delana,
No,
go.
mine's
DC's
more
first. Yeah,
important.
yeah. But that we don't care about
Yeah,
that.
but the DC meetup is like next weekend.
I know.
Yeah,
Right,
and I'm
yeah.
going
Make
to it. I know. It's
It's
fine.
Martin Luther King Day. I can't go. I'll be celebrating
far
Martin
for me.
Luther King Day.
12 to
Conflict of
15
interest.
January in Washington, D.C. is the Rampage Inc. meetup. This is mostly a Karma Fleet
Yeah.
thing, celebrating
It-
Karma Fleet's 9th birthday.
It's-
Anybody can go. But
Yeah,
are the
it's
tickets
brisk.
sold out, Delana? I saw you talking to somebody about tickets.
I don't think so, cause I mean they're doing like these little side things, like the dinner
Right.
on Friday and Saturday is what like I was trying to get into. I
Right.
think you'd have to check on the Discord. I mean, in case anybody else wants to YOLO it last minute like I did. You'd have to check on the Discord and see what's linked on the Eventbrite.
Right.
Do you still need tickets like for the yacht party? Do those guys still do those?
A little
No,
cold.
that
If
was
there's a
wasn't-
yacht party, they didn't tell me
I think
about it.
that was down in
So,
California. though. This is Brisk's thing. They're not part of the
I think it's
Imperium
done
anymore.
Norfolk, Virginia.
Yeah, they're
wasn't
not
it?
part of the
I thought it was
Imperium.
Norfolk.
They don't have yachts anymore, Akra.
Brisk is in the Imperium. He's in
Yeah,
not.
Brisk is in
Oh,
Karma
shit,
Fleet.
that's
Yes,
right.
that's right. He is.
That's right. I keep thinking
He's in
he's
Karma Fleet.
yeah,
He's like
he's
Seema,
Karma
he's
Fleet.
out.
Oh shit, but Karma Fleet.
Seema went over there too. Everybody gave
Seema
up
did.
on
Seema
Did.
initiative.
Seema went over there
But you know,
too?
like Karma Fleet isn't Goonswarm. Well, it's Goonswarm proper, but it's Karma Fleet. So
I
you know.
mean, I'm just making goon
Dude.
yacht party jokes. That's all, Drew.
I know,
Dude,
I know.
Karma
to make
Fleet
I don't do
jokes.
is
Twitter
the
about much,
biggest
sadly.
corp in Goons.
yeah,
It
Who
is.
is?
It is Goons.
but
it
isn't
is
it
Well,
like
they-
isn't it
yeah,
like the
they're-
pandemic
All
horde of
goons
bunch of
aren't Karma
puppies.
Fleet, but all Karma Fleet is a goon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
it's
isn't it like the pandemic horde
Inc.
of goons,
Yes.
but just in
Yes, it is.
Goonswarm now?
Yes.
Yes, correct. That's
Yeah.
exactly what it is. It's the newbie corp of Goons.
Even though
That's
most of
what
them
it's
probably aren't
labeled
newbies
as.
anymore.
Well, a lot of new players do end up.
But we
in
still
Karma
act
Fleet,
like
though,
it.
is the
Yeah,
thing.
They
well,
may
yeah,
not
a
be,
lot of
but
new
they
players
act
go
like
there. It's kind of like Horde. Like, there's a lot of new players in Horde, but like, there's a lot
And
of
then
not new players in Horde.
They go for the new
Same with
player
Brave.
experience, and they stay for the people. You know.
Yeah, it's same with Brave. Brave newbies and like, yeah,
Look at
back when they
John.
first started, it was a lot of newbies, but nowadays, like Brave, it's like, dude, they got a shitload of Titans and shit too.
Yeah.
So
But
I mean,
there is
yeah,
literally
shitloads.
zero reason to join Brave or any group that lives in Aquarius.
what about that
today.
other Brave group that just gained
My
that one
group's pretty
corporation?
brave.
Brave
Man, we're pretty
United.
brave.
Brave. What about Brave United? That's the new hotness.
That's a high sec
I
group.
thought that was their
so-
Premier League one.
Is it
Oh,
the
they're-
hot- is it a hot
no,
mess?
they're
You ever
moving
seen
to
it's a hot
high
mess?
sec. Oh no.
Yeah, it's a high sec group.
Oh,
so
how the mighty have fallen.
yeah, I guess so.
Who is it?
Aquarius not so hot, huh?
Well, Aquarius isn't high sec though.
No, it's not. But that's where they're leaving.
Oh, they're
They're
leaving.
leaving or
oh.
leaving too?
Now remember, I haven't confirmed this information at all, so this could not be true.
Oh, so
I
it's
don't
just all
care.
hypothetical.
And I don't care enough to confirm it. But it makes sense. So it sounds
it's
good.
definitely
I think
true
we
that
go
they're
with
It's kind of
that.
what you want to happen, so it's
sounds
probably true.
So
right? Yeah.
I guess we just go with that.
Yeah.
Basis
Also-
accusations are the best.
Also, we didn't. We were gonna give a plug for the New Orleans, and then we just immediately went to DC meetup. So
Yeah.
Well,
DC
DC
was
was
first
first in the list.
interrupted.
Yeah.
Yeah, skipped it. We're not even
Delana,
waiting for
Delana,
Watch
give us the scoop on the NOLA.
Okay, so Eve New Orleans, April 19th through the 21st. The Eventbrite is now up. So I need, if you have any interest, if you're at least 90% sure that you're going, you need to go to the Eventbrite that is linked in the New Orleans Discord so that you can sign up for a free ticket. You don't have to pay anything. It's a free ticket. I just need a head count. I need to know how much crawfish to get.
Yeah. Probably you don't need as much as
In the
last year,
general part.
unless you're just going for all that extra etouffee fuel.
Because
Is it
yeah,
an
we
announcement?
did
Where do you
turn
find
all
it?
of the extra crawfish into crawfish etouffee,
Uh,
which is
yeah.
really good.
Well, I would
So
say
my dad will just sit there and peel stuff for
because it was we.
hours.
I think by the end of the whole event, we probably got almost 2/3 of the way through the first pot, and then they dumped a second pot on the table, and everyone's like, Yo, we're all full.
Yeah. So then, like by the end, my dad was just sitting out there at the table with a glass of wine, just sitting there, just peeling away.
It
As
was
you
really
do,
good though.
as you do.
I
Also,
will
hi, I'm back.
Hey, what's up?
Hello.
Cyan was he put something in the Discord. He's like, Drayden, you gotta suck on some heads this year, boy. He's like, yeah, boy.
I just linked the invite to the Discord
Perfect.
in case y'all are not in, because I post all of the relevant information there. I try to keep the Eventbrite up to date with it as well, but the Discord will be the most up to date. So I would say join the Discord, even if you're not even sure if you want to go, just join it, and you can decide on the Eventbrite later. But I do need, if you are planning to go, to you need to sign up on the Eventbrite so that I know, yeah, how much crawfish to get.
Yeah, I need.
Is there any place to post the irrelevant information?
Yeah, there. I mean, there's your general shitpost.
Yeah,
channel.
general. Yeah, always shitpost in general. I'm not gonna suck on heads though. That's gross. I know some people are like, oh, the flavor's in there. It's like, yeah, but it's like,
I
it's
don't
like,
do it.
If
It's
I was
not
going, I would tell you I'd be the king of that. I got you, but
And
I won't be
again, I
there.
apologize for scheduling it when you can't go, but that's just how the.
It's okay. Well,
I have
and so
very narrow parameters for when I can actually schedule things in the
I
spring.
very nearly ended up being able to go actually this week, but I ended up working out. I had a scare this week where I potentially wasn't actually going to be able to graduate in April. But
Oh,
that
that's
is
scary.
now. Well, so I got an email from my college saying that one of the 4 classes I'm taking this semester, all of which are required, was being canceled due to a lack of enrollment. And I freaked out, and I talked to the head of my department though, and he's like, "Oh yeah, we can waive up to 3 degree requirements. So now instead of 4 classes this semester, I only have to take 3 because they're just going to waive the requirement
Okay.
rather than fucking you."
Yeah, that'd be stupid
That's
if
cool,
it's
man.
like you can't graduate because
We canceled
not
the class.
not on anything on your end. It's more of a because not enough people wanted this class that you need to
fucking
graduate,
happens,
and so
though.
now you just don't get to grad. Like that'd be fucked up. It's like,
Oh yeah, I
can
was
I
stressing
just like
hard. Like I spent a whole day like just freaking out on the inside because I'm like, cool, well I'm fucked.
Yeah, that's cool that they're gonna waive it though. That's good.
Yeah, well, and I mean, I've got like I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but like I've done better in schooling this round than I've ever done in my life. Like last semester, I did a 3.9 GPA. I'm at a 3.7 overall, so I'm like, you fuckers better work with me.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for I'm excited for the boil. Are we doing the boil at your house again?
Oh, part of I have to gauge like depending on how many people are coming.
I just signed up, so that's
'Cause
plus
I
1.
was trying to figure out maybe something downtown.
Are you going down?
But
I'm gonna drive down.
Hell yeah.
you should.
You gonna sleep
It's
in the
like-
van by the river?
I'm gonna sleep by my van down
You wanna
by
come?
the river.
You wanna
Fuck
come
yeah.
pick me up on the way?
I was like, you want to split a
You
room,
meet me
Dom?
halfway. I'll come.
You want to?
I'll
Meet you where? We'll figure that out. I'll go. I'll meet you halfway for sure.
I haven't.
You have a room, Drayden? I'll sleep on your couch again.
Well, it's like I haven't booked a
Kyle,
room
you
yet.
wanna come?
Did you want to split a
you
room?
come
I
to
mean,
me,
I would.
we'll
Yeah,
go to
I would
Indy.
love to. Yeah. And then
It's
Red Eye come
literally
with
the
us?
last week of the semester.
I was
for me.
like, I
we
mean,
would
I
split.
think it's the same price to get like a king or 2 queens. I would get 2 beds. I would make you sleep on a couch. I don't think the rooms have couches, so
I can sleep on a fucking footstool.
You
saw
know,
me do
it's
it.
got it may not have a couch, but it's got a cuck chair.
all hotel rooms have the cuck chair. They all have the cuck chair.
Cuck chair. I thought you said cuddle chair.
Oh
I
no,
like
the
cuddle
cuck
chair better.
chair.
I mean, you can make it that if you want to.
It's like every hotel
cuddle
room.
chair.
Every hotel room has its bed, and then there's that chair in the corner facing the bed. All of them have it. It's interesting.
I can confirm that all 650 hotel rooms at my work have one.
And what do you call it?
The cuck chair.
The cuck
Is that
chair.
really what you call it?
What do you
in the
guys
hotel business?
officially call it?
Yeah.
The chair in the room.
The cuck chair.
Oh,
What do you do?
they call it the chair, but
It's just-
I sensed air quotes in there. It's like it's the chair. So
You know,
like
The cuck
capitalized
chair. Are you
the
fucking
chair.
kidding me? You guys are all dirty. Dirty. What the fuck?
yeah. But no, yeah. If
Just
you
the
want to
way you
split a
like
room,
it,
Dom.
I do that, Valmer. I can.
Yeah,
fucking throw up
I'll
anywhere.
split a room with you.
Yeah,
I
let's do that.
haven't booked yet, but I'll probably. So I'm booking Wednesday through Monday. So I don't know what days you are coming down, but
Probably come down on Thursday and I'll leave on Sunday.
okay. So I will. Yeah, if you want to just split the, I don't know. I'm assuming the rate is probably similar to last year. Last year was like
Yeah, it's
200-ish bucks a day, but
Oh, we could
split.
find a place for like 30 bucks a night.
Split. It would, I don't know about those. This one's nice. Though. This one's nice because it's the hotel right on Canal and Bourbon, so it's
Come on,
right,
Skyhawk, hook
it's-
us up. 30
it's
bucks a night.
right
You know
there.
place.
It's right there.
I'd have to be. I can get it as low as $40 a night down there.
But you can
just
get for
have
me
to
like
be
60,
there.
right?
Well, so
can do it.
the price
We
that
can
you got, because so I can
Is
get
this a
two
Marriott?
prices. There's a Hilton like right around the corner from there that I can use my discount at, but I won't be
down
there.
at the end
So
of Canal Street.
You can get us. I think
Yeah.
there's deals anyway, can't you?
I've
A little
seen
better.
that Hilton
Or
above.
no?
I
you
can
have to be there?
So to get the super uber crazy discount, I have to be there. I
But
can
the little
also
discount.
get. I can also get anyone else half off.
If you're there, yeah.
No, half off. I can get you any day, all day, any day of the year.
How about April 20th?
I just gotta go on the website.
That's the date.
I was like, Dom, I can get you half off because if you stay.
Well,
in the
we
room
get half off then half off.
Well, I was saying, I was saying, if you stay in the room
Yeah,
with me,
see,
you're
I'm
gonna
trying
pay
to help us
half.
both out, Drayden.
Yeah, but
not
it's
just for me.
I think
This is both of us.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I think it's
And Redline,
I think split. It's like about $100 a day. So
And then
if
Skyhawk
you live
gets
for
a
4
good
days,
deal.
$400
Scott,
for a
ignore
hotel's not
him. Ignore him. Talk to me. Right? Ignore him. Talk to me. We'll discuss this later, Skyhawk. When
Yeah,
I'm not.
there is the hotel block with a discount.
I'm gonna have
this is
to-
the last year that DJ is arranging that discount because I guess he's moving on.
I'm
to
bringing my
different jobs.
teepee and sleeping in
Dom,
Delana's
Yeah,
backyard.
I'm gonna have to get a hold of DJ.
Where's
backyard
halfway?
isn't too bad.
I'm gonna have to get a hold of DJ because I think I went to
There's no halfway.
look at the hotel booking to at least get the price, and it said from the dates that I was trying to say it's like there's no rooms available. So
Yeah, it
I
has
think
to be the
because I was
exact
trying to
date,
book
so
it
if we
outside
go-
of the block dates that I have to
Yeah.
get him to specially do
Yeah,
it.
let's
So-
talk later.
Go bother him about it. He's
Yeah.
he's the one in charge.
Yeah, I'll probably DM him tomorrow and get that set up.
I DM people all the time.
I bet you do. Yes.
It's never good, but I DM all the time. You don't want, you don't
Yeah,
want
go
me
to
DM you.
Eve New Orleans, April 19th or 21st.
Yeah.
And I'm also looking into there's the new riverboat. I mean, it's not really new, but it's newly in service after being on fire. It is no longer on
Nice.
fire.
I like the
So-
one that's on fire. Let's do that one.
Can
That one
we
sounds like fun.
can we pay extra to go on the on fire boat?
Well, it's no longer.
yeah,
on
let's
fire,
do the on
so
fire
it doesn't
one.
matter. Like they fixed it up.
Well, if
and
we
now-
light it on fire, then
Yeah, I was
it'll
like,
be
it's
on fire.
fine, Dom. We can just make it
So,
on fire.
Delana, I'm just saying, if the riverboat's caught fire once, it can caught fire again or catch fire again.
Well, it was only because it was being
sound like you've been drinking
renovated
as
and
much
then
as
it
I
caught fire. So now then they had to.
Oh, you evil person!
keep
Whoever did that.
renovating.
Wouldn't move.
What happened?
I just heard a structure alarm. Oh no, that wasn't structure. That was armor alarm.
It was
Maybe
bad,
it's your
whatever it
game because I
was.
didn't hear it.
Oh, you
Oh, I heard it.
didn't hear the whole alarm like this?
Oh, I don't do the.
That's the structure alarm. Yeah, that's the structure one. That's the screeching one is the bad one. That's it. You're about to die unless you're boss fucking whole tanked AT god
All bad.
himself,
All bad.
Chad Hammercock. No, I don't think it was him, but whoever that was like, oh, he's almost dead, but he was like whole tanked. He just like lived in like 50% structure forever and just that was what an AT. That was the best AT I've seen in a decade.
This last one, hell yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was so good.
Top noise. But yeah, the steamboat Natchez is an actual steamboat.
Where is team, bro? Team?
Team?
Deep.
What happened?
But yeah, I'm. That's why I'm planning things out. That's why I need numbers, so I know how much to get.
We do another like town tour. We
Yeah,
did the ghost tour before.
Delana, I won't make it this year, but as long as you do NOLA 2025, I'll be there.
Okay, yeah, and then you can help with the hotel. You can help with the hotels this time.
2025, I can say I will not be there because I do
Well,
intend on going to FanFest 2025.
Yeah, and that's
If-
the whole
if I
thing. Like,
have my-
I'll have to figure out the timing for 2025 because it's
July.
FanFest is going back to like April, May when it normally does.
It's going to be so
is in
FanFest
2025, right?
2025. FanFest 2025 runs May 1st through 3rd. So I personally propose, Delana, that you do like the last week of July for NOLA if you can pull it off because that's the
Oh,
week after
yeah.
my birthday, and I would
that's too
love you.
Oh
for it.
yeah,
Hot and sweaty.
It was like
Hell
the
yeah.
hottest,
I'd love to
sweatiest.
get-
Would
Hurricane
it be
season.
I'd love to
very
get hot and sweaty with
problematic and
Eve
not
players.
and extremely hot, and also
Right, right,
during hurricane season.
Dude, that might be
Moist.
that might actually be a draw for some people.
Moist.
I'd love to be in a
Oh, it
hurricane.
would be moist.
I want to be in a
Yeah, I
hurricane. I want to be in a hurricane
Oh,
at least
yeah.
once in my life.
There would be a lot
Yeah,
of
it sounds-
swamp ass.
Sounds
Yeah.
like that would be a
I
great
believe
way
the
to
term,
thin the
Delana,
herd,
is
as it
ball
were.
Yeah.
soup, and we are all about the soup game.
Yeah, like I don't want to be in a tornado because those are actually dangerous. I'd love to be in a hurricane though.
Well, they're scary. Yeah.
Hurricanes are
I-
dangerous.
I-
Hurricane's
I-
dangerous, but you can run away from a hurricane a lot
If
easier
you're
than
in
a
like a
tornado.
category like 1 or 2, it's
Category
once
1
it
is-
hits category 3 is when it starts getting scary. It's like don't
Yeah.
even wake me up until
And
it's category
F1
3.
still very
F1
scary.
is still scary if it's on you. Yeah.
F5? Yeah, that's
But like
nightmare.
for hurricanes, if it's category 1 or 2, that just means it rains a lot. Like it's just raining, and you're just like, okay.
Which is
It's
really bad
rainy
for
and
you.
windy. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like a
Yeah,
little bit
because
windy,
you're
but
under
it's, like,
sea
not-
level.
you're under
You-
sea level
you live
already,
in a
more rain's
bowl.
bad.
You don't have to be under sea level for rain though.
But they are. That's what.
Well, they are
You-
though.
you
Is-
are
Is there more
literally
rain because
they're
they're under
in
sea
a
level?
in a
bowl.
cereal
They're in a
bowl.
bowl that fills
I live
up
on the
when
edge
it
of the
rains.
bowl, so I'm fine.
Blast to get drowned.
Why don't they make diversion tunnels for the rain to go out that
They
way?
have
Diversion
pumps and
tunnels?
things.
It-
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
just
so
shoot
it's
up
a-
in the
so-
sky.
Yeah, just
Diversion
make
actually,
aqueducts.
Brayden-
You know how
Brayden,
gravity
if you-
works, Drayden?
Why don't you just put a dome over the city?
That's what I would do.
Do you
Yeah,
know
put it
how
in a
much
bubble.
a dome would cost?
Drayden, there's actually, if you're interested in learning
Why would
some
you put a
about like
dome,
the
though? That's
engineering
bad.
that we've done along the Mississippi River down there, go read about the Old River control structure.
Mm.
And then
I don't think he wants to know that stuff.
Delana, that just upriver from you guys is like the area where they can take out like basically there's literal like barriers along the river that they can literally pull out, and then it lets like some of the river like get diverted over to the big
I've-
lake there. I can't remember what that dam
I've
is
seen
called.
I've seen a video.
Spillway.
Oh, go
Yeah,
ahead.
I drive
the
over
giant
it
ass
all-
spillway.
I drive over it all the time.
Yeah,
It's,
so-
The diversion
Correct.
tunnel.
It's called
Spillway,
water
diversion
straight down
tunnel.
into the
Well, though,
It's all the
I
same.
saw a video. It was this civil
Eavesdrop.
engineering or
Giant eavesdrop.
yeah, it was like it was like civil
A
engineering
diversion
thing,
tunnel.
where it was this guy that he was basically showing on one of those big. It was like a big room. It was like a 20-foot long table with a bunch of sand and dirt, and it's like a river simulation table thing where they can like study how rivers erode landscapes and change. And the thing is, like the rivers, it looks very fast in the sand thing because they do time lapse, but it's like the rivers will shift and move all the time, and that's what happens in real life. Although instead of it being over the course of several days, it's over the course of,
Who's Emperor Shittites?
tens, hundreds of
this?
years, but or even thousands of years. But like rivers shift and move and stuff.
Emperor Tritty.
They
Jesus.
always shift and move, and so where you see rivers now, those are not like where they were
You don't know that.
thousands of years
Well,
ago.
so-
They might have been.
shift
They
and
may have
move,
gone there,
then
they
gone
shift
back,
and move all
gone
the time.
back.
Yeah,
You
they
don't know.
shifted.
You don't know for sure. You're still
What are
guessing.
you, a
weren't there.
criminologist?
They
Yeah,
shift-
Yeah,
you
you're a
weren't
virologist.
there.
You don't fucking know.
No,
Where's
they
your,
shift-
si-
they shift
where's your
and move
coat
all
and
the
glasses,
time. And
motherfucker?
so, no, they,
Show me a picture of you and the river.
James,
I have one.
Where are your coat and glasses? I
I
don't
have-
believe a word
go
you're
to
fucking
Google
saying.
Maps and look at the border between Louisiana and
Show me a
Mississippi
picture of
and
the
see like
river.
where the actual borderline compares to the river, and it's going to be different.
yeah.
You're a
So the-
Mississippi.
Yeah, so they
real
they
quick,
move. So
that-
what Skylark's talking
I
about is like
looked it
they'll
up.
do that to like help try to artificially shape the river in a way
Well,
that's
it's what I was talking about was specifically two structures built by the Army Corps of Engineers decades ago. One
The
is the
diversion
old
tunnels?
river. One is the old river control structure, which honestly we don't know how long it's going to last because the Mississippi River naturally wants to change and would have already swapped over to the Atchafalaya river pathway, and New Orleans would have been left high and dry if that happened. We put the old river control structure in place to keep the Mississippi
Oh, look at
essentially
the
Oh,
guy
so
who
the
grew
way
up
that
on
it
the
is.
Mississippi.
So,
knows
um,
everything
so-
about
and then,
it.
so
and
weird.
then
How's-
the second structure that we
He acts
built
like he grew
around
up on the
there,
Mississippi.
and this
or
is what I
something.
was talking about, is the Bonnet Carr spillway, and that's what Delana,
Bonnet-
I think, was driving
They
over.
call it
Yeah,
the Bonnet Carrey spillway.
Belmore, you're
it's
correct.
completely
Taco Bell
butchered French, but
artificially
yeah,
shaped
that's what
the
it
river
is.
intestines.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's fucking for sure. 100%.
So what you're saying is that we've artificially made sure that New Orleans stays under sea level.
Yep. So we can keep using their sugar.
Well, we've artificially made sure that the Mississippi main channel continues flowing past New Orleans, because otherwise that fucks up our shipping.
Th-
Oh,
this,
we
sound-
won't get we don't get potato lays.
this sounds like Dave's revenge to me.
Who's Dave?
Dave,
Dave.
you weren't in New Orleans.
We haven't drank anything.
Yeah, you weren't in New Orleans, Redline. You don't know.
You know,
But
we're
we
gonna drink a
saved
drink
him.
now.
Although now in hindsight, when you think
Drink.
about it, if you read a lot, if you know about Lovecraft and cephalopods, should we have saved Dave?
I'm sorry, Dave.
What?
I mean, it's probably gonna rise out of the canal like a gigantic monster and come hunt me down. But,
Yeah,
you know.
That's what I was saying.
It's gonna drive everyone mad.
Dave's not here, man.
Dylan will be in our backyard and a health bar will appear.
So,
We'll see.
so
Oh,
actually,
no. Not the health bar.
so I'm going to go into almost borderline science hour here. So basically, back when
do
when we originally
Where's your
discovered,
fucking
like,
coat?
Where's your
Where's
coat?
your
We,
coat?
don't, we
I
can't hear
got
you.
one.
Where's your
Get your
fucking
fucking coat.
glasses?
Get your glasses.
I said
Oh.
almost, not actually.
No, it's
Okay.
there.
Go
You're
get it.
there.
Don't-
Anyway,
you can't
Listen,
go
anyway,
science
go-
mode.
go-
No, you can't
hypothetical
go
science
science
hour.
mode without.
Hey.
All right, go ahead, Scott.
You can't go
So when
science
you-
mode without the
So when
accessories.
Europeans, when we were first coming through like the area of the Mississippi River
Go pee
Basin in
now.
southern and Louisiana, they discovered a giant log jam that had literally been there for centuries. That was along I think either the Rogue or the Red River, and then like the Atchafalaya River, where it connected over to the Mississippi River. We, as humans, just being like, oh, we need to clear this up so we can make it navigable. Well, we did that, except that caused an increase of water flow from the Mississippi's main channel over to the Atchafalaya River, which increased erosion, which basically increased the rate of the channel migrating over to that being the main channel. By the 20s, the Mississippi River was in danger of actually swapping over to that other channel, and that's when they built the old river control structure. And then back in the 60s or 70s, it was at risk of completely failing, and they did some reinforcement and work on it. But basically, at some point in the future, that structure is going to stop working for us, and the river is going to change its course. Like we can't stop it. The Mississippi River, for many, many tens of thousands of years, has done this thing where it's at a spot, still builds up, water eventually goes, oh, I need to go the path of least resistance, and it ends up switching. And that has meandered back and forth across the Gulf Coast between Mississippi and like Louisiana for a long time.
You gotta bum me out.
Also, we've all
Sorry.
heard the phrase like "good enough for a government job," so like, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really
And
good.
there is more than one river structure. I know there's one that like the spillway gets opened every few years. I know it because it like basically creates its own weather with all of the cold is usually after in the spring when the snow starts to melt in the mountains. So it's all this cold river water goes into the lake, and it like basically just creates a giant cloud of fog over the interstate, and it's really irritating. And then all the bugs come out, so it's awful.
Bugs.
But anyways, forget there's another river control structure that's higher up. That's like it only gets open in severe circumstances, like when the river's really high like that. And I think it does go down the Atchafalaya, and they open that knowing that it's going to flood people.
What?
That
So
I think
the-
that goes down the
so-
Atchafalaya.
So to give you a full, like, just in the entire existence of that Bonnet-Carre spillway, they have opened it 15 times, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them have been since 2008.
Yeah, it's annoying because then like
What does that
the
mean?
lake gets really gross and with algae blooms, and all these annoying bugs came out and bit me. So
Well, it also causes a problem.
Goddamn
So it causes
bugs.
a problem for fishermen up there in that lake too, because that lake is brackish. It's a mix of freshwater and saltwater, and the balance
Mm.
gets upset by a bunch of freshwater getting dumped into it from the Mississippi, along with all the other runoff that ends up in it. So
Yeah,
it
they-
actually ends up hurting your local fishing industry in that part of the
it
region.
also kills the dolphins, and it's really sad. There are dolphins
Also
in the
that.
lake. I
You
saw
know
them.
that's the sportsman's paradise.
What kind of fish they got in there?
Tasty ones.
Bull sharks.
What?
I don't know. The lake is like
Yeah, no, there's
like
bull
10
sharks
feet
all over
deep.
there.
I don't know.
Any body of water in Louisiana, I assume, has bull sharks and alligators in it, and I will never set foot in water there.
Alligators are lazy as shit.
Drayden, I've been warned
True.
about.
Till they're hungry.
I've been warned
Yeah,
about those.
they're
getting
not
They
gonna
attacked
just-
here,
go
too.
after you. There's no point.
No
in
one wants to
them-
work anymore.
Yeah.
There's no point. in
I've seen
alligators
videos. It's like
expending
not even on a
energy to
boat are
chase
you
them.
safe. I've seen videos of the dude just dipping his hands to wash his hands in the river, and a bull shark comes up, grabs his hand, and yanks him off the boat.
Bug
And-
off.
Stayed in his own
And
lane.
then also it's like,
So-
yeah, the alligators are lazy until you look at the record of people killed by alligator. Now, only one person's ever been, since they started recording in the 1960s, only one person died in Louisiana. But in the South in general, where alligators are, it's
But we
like
know
a
how to
couple
deal
people
with
a
it.
year
Yeah, well,
get
okay.
killed by alligators
How-
down there.
Yeah, just
They're
look
mostly
up
at old
along-
retirement homes where old ladies are getting snatched by the pool and shit.
or kids at Disneyland.
Yeah, or kids at Disneyland. Yeah, that one too.
That happened. Well, so one of the stories that I heard about where I'm at here is around the golf courses. Sometimes they'll pay a lot of money to homeless people to come in and go into the water features and fish out the
Fight
the golf
alligators?
balls there.
Oh.
No, they'll fish
Oh.
out there was one apparently last year who ended up having to fight off an alligator. He lost. He's no longer on this planet.
Wait, in what?
There's a
Where is this
there's
at?
a homeless down here in Florida.
Wait, they pay homeless people to go into alligator-infested waters to get golf balls? Dude, that sounds like some
Yeah.
fucking dystopian.
That sounds like something.
That sounds like there's some
people would
dystopian.
pay
Like
to
we
watch in
gotta
2060.
cull the poor population or something. Like that sounds. I'm not trying to make a joke because someone died.
No,
That's
it's bad.
I'm
It's
saying
dark.
that
It's
legitimately
fucking
sounds
dark.
like some illegal practice. That
It's
sounds
dark
like some
as fuck.
bullshit.
It's
I
states'
mean-
rights, dude.
Yeah.
Apparently, it pays a lot. You're just
Dude,
rolling the dice hard.
They couldn't pay me.
Fuck, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Just
I'll
go in
do
with a gun.
Well, yeah, but LB, you could actually wrestle as
What was that
farmers.
one golf course that even had bull sharks in their lake for a while, and it wasn't ones that they put in there. Although now they're gone,
like
they
rising
think,
waters
but it
that
was.
they
So
got.
now,
I think it was
now
somewhere
that
in
Dom is
Georgia,
back,
but oh,
now that Dom is back, I do want to respond to an accusation he made.
Oh.
You listening,
I
Dom?
made an accusation.
how dare you,
You
sir?
did.
How dare
You
I?
are you
How
are
dare I?
fucking right.
How dare you?
I taught. Yes, I grew up on the
I
Mississippi River.
didn't know you
I have
did.
watched a ton of documentaries and educated myself about that body of water as a glorious thing. And
Which body?
it's
I could tell.
the Mississippi.
Was I wrong? I wasn't
Oh.
wrong, was I?
She is a beautiful, sweet mistress that will
bitch.
kick your ass.
I won't go in the Mississippi because they've found bull sharks all the way up as far as Illinois.
Well,
I wouldn't
so
go. I
fuck
wouldn't
that
go
whole-
to
Not gonna end up
Mississippi
in the
anywhere
river.
Fuck
south
that!
of
Fuck that whole
Quad
river.
Cities.
That whole river. I don't care. The
you'd be
maybe
headwaters.
fine
Keokuk.
where I live, where I grew up in Iowa. There's plenty of locks and dams between you and the Gulf.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You'd be
Don't
fine.
care. They found
I
bull
wouldn't go
sharks.
south of Keokuk though.
They found
And
bull
if you,
sharks in
if you go on
Illinois.
a riverboat by New Orleans,
I
you'll
mean, I wouldn't
probably,
go south of
if you
Keokuk
fall in
anyway.
the water, you'll
Missouri
probably
stuff.
just
Exactly.
drown.
That's what I mean.
If you go in the water on the,
You'll
by
probably just
New
die of
Orleans,
all the nasty stuff in the water. It
no,
looks
you'll
gross.
just drown. You'll just be like pulled under and drown.
Yeah, it
before
just
you
really
looks
pull
gross.
strong
over.
I
So-
was like,
really,
I
really
was kind of
strong
shocked because like I know the Colorado River, like when when you look at it from ground level, it doesn't look brown, but like I've done the helicopter Hoover Dam tour thing, and like when you're flying over the Colorado, it looks just brown. It does not look like blue water. It's a
It's not, 'cause
brown.
it's brown muddy
it's a-
water.
So,
Well, it's just a bunch of
here's
sediment,
The fun
but I'll-
thing
I bet-
about the Mississippi.
well, real quick,
in
real
the
quick.
Gross.
Just real quick. So like the Colorado was like just brown from sediment, but like I've at the Mississippi when we were getting on the riverboat last year, it like from the shore, it just looks like muddy brown water. Now obviously it's a
Well, it
lot of
is.
sediment and silt and
So-
everything.
so- all
Foamy.
that
It's a
salt,
foamy,
yeah.
brown, dirty,
Yeah,
gross.
but there is a lot of
Fucking
like
blood-infested water.
factory runoff and stuff
Well-
in there too, so it's very polluted. But it also is just a bunch of
Lots of
sediment. So
blood.
like by the time it
Literally.
reaches the river delta down there, it looks dirty. I would not want to swim in
So
that.
I might be getting the term
Sounds
wrong.
like Taco
Delon-
Bell.
Delon-
It does.
I might I might get the term wrong slightly. Delana can correct me here, but like basically the area along the Mississippi, just north of Louisiana, or excuse me, just north of New Orleans, all the way up to Baton Rouge is like Cancer Alley, basically.
Probably.
Yeah,
Because of all
there's
the
a ton
like
of
it's
plants,
fucking
and
yeah.
I work
awful.
for a lot of projects for them.
Those
You're
Sorry.
poor,
contributing to the problem.
Dude,
I've
those
been in the
poor-
Mississippi every year.
those poor
Every
bull
year.
sharks and
so-
alligators,
so
man.
that
You're
that
polluting it.
area
right now.
of the Mississippi,
I
though,
do at
in New
least once.
Orleans, where you guys were getting onto the boat last year, the Mississippi River is about 250 to 300 feet deep there.
What?
That's the deepest point.
Yeah, it's really
Really?
Yes.
The channel's
It is a
really
couple
deep.
hundred
That's
feet
deep for a
deep.
river.
Yeah,
That's
it-
really
the
deep for a
deepest point
river.
of it.
That's how big boats go up it. Yeah.
Yeah, most lakes aren't even most. I was actually surprised a while back. I started looking at like depths of lakes and stuff. Like I assumed that most lakes were several hundred feet deep. That's not the case. The top 5 to 10% deepest lakes are that deep. Now some are thousands of feet deep, but those are like the
Go
exceptions.
visit Lake Superior. It's like 1,400. or
Yeah,
something.
like Superior, Michigan's very deep. Like those are very deep lakes. But I mean, like most like general lakes, I assumed that most lakes were like 300, 400, 500 feet deep. No, most lakes are like 30 to 50 feet deep in their deepest point across the U.S. Like 70% of lakes are less than 50 feet deep in their deepest point. But I guess that's just because like some of the glacier lakes up here where I like Coeur d'Alene Lake is actually a pretty shallow glacier lake. It's like 200 something, 190, 200 feet deep. But like we have Pend Oreille. We have Lake Pend Oreille, which is like the 5th or 6th deepest lake in the U.S. It's like 1,370 feet deep at its deepest point.
Bro.
And then Chelan is like a couple hours away. That's the 3rd deepest. That's like 1,600 feet deep or something like that. So I just thought like lakes were just that deep, but they're not.
What kind of fish y'all got in there?
In Coeur d'Alene?
Stinky ones.
Coeur d'Alene has, they stock kokanee. So kokanee salmon are there.
Mm-hmm.
There's lake trout. There's, large and smallmouth bass. There's, there's some pike in areas. So there's a little bit of pike. They try to control those populations. They don't get out of control.
Yeah. Not a
pike-
fan. Not a
pike-
fan of the pike.
Pike will fucking get out of control real fast.
They'll eat anything.
Yeah, they'll eat anything. They kill everything. On the shore, like you get sunfish, bluegills, crappie, stuff like that. You can just like shorefish.
Is there any sturgeon?
Sturgeon, not in the lake, but there is sturgeon in
the river.
The river. So the Snake River.
We've got some of those in here.
They call them steelhead. Oh no. Oh, I'm thinking king salmon. So king salmon or
sturgeon's the dinosaur fish.
Steelhead salmon.
Bottom feeder.
They have those in the various rivers up here. But yeah, so sturgeon. I think they have some up here. You have to go down to like Lewiston, in the Snake River down there where it kind of comes up. But a lot of like really good sturgeon fishing is down. You want to go to like by Boise, Pocatello, down like that southern belt where the Snake River comes across the southern part of Idaho. There's really good sturgeon fishing down there apparently, and you get like that's where they have like the big like fucking ancient prehistoric sized fucking sturgeon that are like 12 feet long,
6 or 7. Yeah.
It's like people go, they'll like fish from them. They'll like tie ropes to trees and put like an entire chicken on a big fucking hook and like toss it into the river, and that's how they hook them up and stuff. So, yeah. So
What are
like,
you talking about?
Sturgeon.
Fish.
Oh
Yeah,
For some
yeah.
reason. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is there
What's that?
anything else that's relevant?
There's
for
tiger.
me that we should know?
Not a lot of lakes, but there's a lake up here, Hauser Lake. Apparently, it's a small lake not far from me. Hauser has and Hayden Lake I think too, but Hauser Lake has a really good like tiger muskie, which is a form of pike, but it's a little offshoot of pike. Like you know what tiger muskie is then, LB?
Yeah.
So there's tiger muskie in the lake, and I've seen one when I was a young kid. My dad, we were out like just doing some like trolling fishing on the lake there, and it scared the shit out of me because I've never seen anything like it at that point when I was a kid. And because my dad, it was like I was sitting in the front of the boat, he was in the back by the little motor. You know, it was a little like 14-foot tin boat with a little trolling motor, and I looked over. And he was sitting there getting the lines set up, you know, putting the bait on and stuff. And I'm like looking over, and now all of a sudden I see this like it looked like a fucking sea monster. It was a tiger muskie, which is like a pike but with stripes and shit on it. And it had its face above the water. It was just swimming, like it looked like some Loch Ness monster shit. Like its face was like this big, which means the fish was probably like 2 to 3 feet long. And I just
They
saw
got way
it.
bigger than that.
Yeah, and it's like well, this one was about like 2 or 3 feet long, but like it had like big old like they have the big old pike teeth on them, right? So it had its mouth open, it's like this big old like sea monster like just swimming on the surface, like and I was like,
It's like a freshwater barracuda.
yeah, basically that. And I was like, what the hell is that? And like my dad turned around and it dove down, so all he saw was just a ripple. And I'm like, I was freaked out. I was like, dude, there's fucking sea monsters in this
So
lake.
what the fuck was that? Why is there a sea monster in this
I was
lake?
like, what is that? And I told him what it was. And he's like, oh, it's probably a tiger muskie. He's like, they swim on the surface like that, and they like hunt ducks, and they'll like just eat whole ducks and shit like that. I'm like, what the fuck? Why are we on this
I
lake?
got
Let's get the fuck out of here.
I got a friend who I go fishing with him sometimes, and he only fishes for muskie, and like the lures he uses are like at least they're like a foot or 2 feet long, and they're just a piece of fucking lumber with novelty sized treble hooks on it. And he's whipping these things out there and cranking them in, and it's like 1 in 1,000 casts you might catch something, but when you do catch something, it's like a big fucking like a 4-foot long 100-pound, not 100-pound, but like a big fucking fish.
This one, I don't
With
think
special equipment. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
I don't think this lake has big ass ones like that. But it's weird because most of the lakes around here, they don't. The fishing game try and regulate it, so they don't want people releasing muskie because they already have enough issues with the pike eating shit. They don't want the muskie to get in there too.
Yeah.
So, but they were already in. I don't know if they were naturally in Hauser or they were introduced and they just ended up taking root. But it's like weird. But like Hauser Lake, it's this tiny. It's like a 1/4 mile by like 1/2 mile big. It's a tiny. That's not a minuscule lake, but I mean it's not a very big lake for fish that big and with appetites that big. Somehow they survive and don't starve to death and don't eat everything in the lake. But
they're considered
like
trophy
Coeur d'Alene-
fish here.
You go to like Coeur d'Alene,
Right.
Pend Oreille, and like Priest Lake and all these other big lakes, and they don't have any muskie in them. Probably because it's illegal for people to introduce them, and the fishing game do their damnedest to make sure they don't get in there. But
So I poked around a little bit because I wanted to find like a good graphic to talk about what I was talking about earlier. But I pinged you, Delana and Draven
Yeah,
in the
I was
Tito's
just
Vodka
looking at
Lounge.
it.
Yeah, so that basically is a good graphic to show you like over time what's happened with the chunk of the river where it's
Oh,
wanting to
yeah.
naturally change. So basically, in the prior millennium, the Mississippi and the Red River flowed totally separate, just roughly parallel. And then by the 15th century, because of natural silt buildup, the meandering of the Mississippi River made it cross with the Red River, turning the Red River into a
tributary.
into a tributary. But then the new Atchafalaya, which was the former lower part of the Red River, became a distributary. Back in 1831, a dude named
I don't think you
Shreve
can
had
call
the
him
bright idea to cut through to make the river, a more direct cut. That caused problems though with erosion, and you can kind of see through the rest of the graph like what ended up happening all the way into the into the 1900s, where we
what's it?
built the old
Especially-
river
okay,
control
that's right.
structure.
And then they named a city after him. They called it Shreveport, and it sucks.
Shreveport.
So that's what he gets for doing stupid shit. He gets a stupid city named after him that sucks.
Play stupid games, you win stupid prizes, right?
When stupid cities named after you, I guess. Well, I mean, worse things could happen, but
What's
still.
wrong with Shreveport?
It sucks,
sucks
and it's
ass.
boring. And I was stuck
Specifically.
there for a month after Katrina, and I hated every minute of it.
Oh.
So maybe I might be a little biased.
Well,
You know how you tell girls from Shreveport are virgins?
No.
They can run faster than their brothers.
Oh my god.
Oh,
It's not Alabama, Dom.
It's
yeah,
Mississippi,
It's kind of like it's almost
Louisiana.
Texas.
It's all the same.
Oh,
area.
I thought,
Shreveport
Mississippi.
is
I thought you were
almost
talking about. I thought it was Louisiana. Yeah.
Yeah, you're
I
fucking
mean,
ridiculous.
Shreveport is almost Texas.
Just makes it
So-
Oh.
worse.
Yeah, it's right on the border.
I thought everything's bigger in Texas.
So
Yeah,
I just
especially the
just
virgins.
So I
Texas.
just for shits because I like doing funny stuff like this. I asked ChatGPT why Shreveport, Louisiana sucks, and it was like basically you shouldn't talk like that about a city. And I said shut up and give.
But
me a
if you
sarcastic
do, if this is
response.
why.
Give me an answer.
Here's what it said. Oh, you've heard about Shreveport, Louisiana? It's obviously the absolute worst place on earth, isn't it? I mean, who wouldn't want to avoid a city with its own unique charm, history, and culture? Clearly, it's a top contender for the places not to visit list, right?
Damn, you got
He's being a smart ass.
You got passive
Why is your chat
aggressive.
GPT
You got a very
sarcastic?
passive aggressive. What have you been feeding your GPT? GPT.
Well, no, it's
GPT.
so here's the thing.
PGG.
You ask Chat. You
What is
ask Chat GPT. You ask Chat
GPT, there you go.
GPT once, and about a sensitive thing, and it'll be like, "Oh no, you've got to be careful about this." And if you tell it, "Shut the fuck up," tell me a sarcastic response or whatever you want, and it'll do.
Yeah. What
Shut
is,
up.
Basically,
Look me up
it-
and look at all the stuff I've done online. Then answer my question.
There was I remember there's a term, I guess, again, it's from like a Lovecraft thing where like it's
Cthulhu.
No, well, because I think it's not like it's kind of like seeing behind the veil. It's a fuck, I can't remember. It's not like the Shambler. So it's like when it's a thing they use with AI now, a term where you get to see the AI respond in a way that is not intended, where they have safety protocols for the AIs, but sometimes they will break those and go off the fucking rails. And
I
that's
haven't
kind
seen
of
it do that.
well, there was an example, I guess, in the past where they were having various tests and stuff on it, and there was a reporter. I forget where. I just saw something where there was apparently a reporter that was doing an interview with the AI chat bot, and after some questions and some back and forth, all of a sudden the chatbot then started taking these efforts to try and break up that reporter's marriage with his wife.
The robots are gonna kill us all.
Yeah, it basically went off the rails of doing its normal responses, and all of a sudden decided that the reporter was someone that it needed to attack, and it was trying to destroy the reporter's marriage. It's like, holy, not like it found stuff like, oh, did your wife know that you did it? It wasn't doing that. It was just apparently just trying to make the reporter divorce his wife. It just kind of was like runaway AI things where it just like went off the fucking rails.
Chris, while I was like trying to beat ChatGPT into actually giving me like a sarcastic response, one of the things it said to me, and I'm going to read it here, is remember, while sarcasm can be used humorously, it's essential to be mindful of the potential impact on others.
I do. That's my favorite part is how it impacts. I like watching people's face light up when I say something stupid. That's my favorite part.
It does try to encourage you to not be a shitbird. But
see, why would it do that? That's my favorite part. Fuck off. I like being a shitbird.
In the end, the robots will kill us all.
Yeah, probably.
Skynet 100. Skynet 2030.
It wasn't supposed to become self-aware.
I'm still allowed sharp knives. That's all I know.
Or do we still have a few years? I don't remember.
Sarah Connor got in the way. It's okay. We'll take it next time.
Balmore.
Or like, have any of y'all ever played like Detroit Become Human?
What?
Detroit Become Human.
I haven't played it. I know about it. It looks cool. I haven't played it though.
I played it like about 2 months
Jeez.
ago. It was super good, but it was just like just a huge mind fuck. Because it's like, what if you had like android servants and then they become self-aware and shit, and it's like
no one likes them.
So does anyone else remember the movie Bicentennial Man?
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
That is still one of my absolute favorite
That's a fantastic movie.
movies. Just in general.
Did Valamir just summons Cthulhu in chat?
Trying to.
Yes.
You're not allowed to summon Cthulhu in chat. That's against.
You know what? Like they can
You're
try.
not a supervisor.
Try. What's the worst that could happen, right? What's the worst that could happen?
It looks like Valamir got abducted. Oh well. Anyways, what else do we need to discuss?
All kinds of stuff.
The monthly economic report line.
Yeah, let's
go
talk
up.
about boring numbers and stuff. Go ahead.
Like numbers. What's wrong with numbers?
Anything super
Nothing
interesting in
jumped
it?
out nothing really jumped out this time. Anything to you guys?
No.
The ESS stuff's always fun for me.
I didn't even really look at it, so.
I always look at
Line
the
go
ESS.
up?
I always look at the
You had
ESS
one
stuff
job,
because I like
LB.
that shit.
Sinks and faucets. Let's look at that one.
Talk about plumbing.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot about plumbing.
LP store. An ISK sink.
Is the LP store? Yeah, it probably is one, isn't it?
Oh yeah, because you farm LP and then you use your LP and ISK to get a BPC or an item. Never just like just LP.
So by definition,
Unless it's like a fucking book. Yeah, almost everything in this LP store for Garistas is like a certain amount of LP plus a certain amount of ISK. So you're throwing ISK into a sink and you're getting something out.
Cool.
Neat.
Cool.
What else? Money supply?
I like the ESS stuff.
Money supply looks like it's going down. Is that good?
No, not necessarily.
Where's it saying that? Which one are you on?
December 2023 money supply. Total ISK available to active characters.
See, yeah, okay.
Money supply down?
Money supply down.
So
That's
Hey,
good
that's
though,
good
right?
for me.
Total,
That's
good,
so
total.
for me.
good question mark?
but very, very little. It wasn't down a lot.
No, it's not down like a
Do-
drastic.
Do we
fucking
want less
crazy-
money or
Well,
Yeah.
less money means you're spending more and not making as much.
But it also
Yeah.
means the amount, the ISK you have becomes more valuable.
right? I mean, more money equals more inflation. Less money means less inflation, but also less money means less money.
So line go down good. Good?
line go
So it
down
also-
good, but line go
Line
down,
bad, right?
Line go down bad, but also maybe good. Line go up good, maybe bad.
When players go inactive, that number goes down too. That's one of the factors there.
Does it?
Yes.
Wouldn't
Oh,
it go up?
do
Because
take
they
that
would still have money in their wallet.
Did they take that
That
out?
wouldn't be
if you
used.
have
But how
certain
much
amount
is
of time
that
you haven't
money
logged in in a
worth?
while, then the numbers fall off the.
That's what I mean.
the
They take that
active
out of
money
the
supply.
numbers. Not they don't take it away from the person, obviously, but they take
Right.
those numbers out of the equation
I
after a
believe
certain
that's
amount of
But
time.
like-
yeah, I believe that's been.
I wonder what that is.
discussed.
Player-
How long?
Player count
That I
go up. Player count go up. Money go down. More players spend more money.
Well, if the
Good.
player count goes up, money goes down. That means that money's being distributed more equally among the more players.
So good. Line go down good.
Money go up. Communism.
Mm.
I mean, it's-
Communism good?
Well, we want to share.
No,
with people.
no.
I don't want to share my stuff. I want to share your stuff with other
It's
people.
not your stuff, it's our stuff.
Oh, my stuff is my
No.
stuff.
Better dead than red. Velocity of ISK. Oh,
Mm.
I
line
throw
go
mine around
up.
pretty fast.
Manikisk?
Line go up. That's good.
Why?
Because velocity good.
Velocity of
Faster,
ISK
good.
means speed of ISK made to spent. So people make and then spend ISK faster. That's good.
So going up means we're spending it faster. or
Oh,
we're
I think
making
that
it
they
faster?
make ISK
Yes.
faster. I'm like, isn't that bad? Isn't that inflation?
That's total trade value for the past 30 days.
Ah.
Total available ISK, i.e. or lesser. So like the more people trade ISK back and forth,
The more
for
it
goods
moves
and services.
hands. Same amount of
yeah.
ISK moves hands more.
Yeah.
okay.
So line go up good on that graph. And in this case, line go up. So good.
It's going back up because there was a severe drop there. Now it's headed back up. Right? Am I reading that
Yeah.
wrong?
What
It
the
was a
Is that
severe drop.
Cthulhu? Are we summoning Cthulhu in the show now?
Trying to.
No, I hope not.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I don't like it.
What's the worst that can happen?
You get the Shambler.
We'll get Yog Sog.
Yogg Sothoth.
Sounds like Jabba the Hutt.
Kind of, yeah, except a bunch more
Just that.
eyes. It's like
Pizza
more.
Hut.
Put a bunch more eyes
Pizza
on.
Hut.
Yeah. Pizza.
I miss Pizza Hut.
Ooh. Largest
What's that,
reserve
Azathoth?
banknote. What's
Azathoth.
this one?
Akaroth. What'd you do?
Oh no.
What did I do?
I don't know. He's calling your name.
What'd you do?
I heard someone's phone alarm going off.
That's me.
I was like, I have the same phone alarm sound. Unless you put that as your ringtone, and why would you do that, you monster? Because who wants is their phone ringer? I make that as my alarm because I hate that sound and it gets me out of bed.
My alarm right
That's
now.
my
in the
wife.
morning-
That's my wife's ringer. She calls
So
me.
my phone.
Why would you?
She's listening. She's like, "What the fuck are you talking about down there? This goes down." What? She knows.
Some of you guys might
She knows the
appreciate this.
economics of Eve.
She knows I'm
So right
wrong,
now
right?
from-
She knows.
Right now for my alarm, I've got two that go off when I'm at home. My phone goes off with just like a fire alarm, like sounding thing for my iPhone.
I
But
like
then I've got
tentacles.
I've got a HomePod Mini on the wall that goes off, but it starts blasting Eminem Godzilla at just like fucking full volume.
Why wouldn't you do?
I'm so tempted to make my ringtone like the turtle sex sound, like ah, ah.
Isn't it supposed to be BOC Godzilla?
Look, I kind of want that as my ringtone. And the funny thing is, people are like, that's a weird ringtone. But then the people that look over and like you can see like the knowing in their eye, like, yeah, you've seen the memes. You know what that is.
You know what I'm talking about.
You know what this is. I've got a call to take. Hold on, give me a second.
It's been over. It's literally been over a decade since I've actually let my phone make a noise other than an alarm. I don't use ringtones on my phone anymore. It lives in silent mode.
I normally would do that, but I have to because for work, like when I'm driving and I'm listening to stuff on the radio, well, or on Bluetooth, like I have to be able to hear if the phone rings because if either my brothers call me or also have to hear the work phone if customers are calling. So
and I get that. I have to get notifications too, but what I do is I just have my Apple Watch, so I get rather than an audible notification, I get a vibration on my wrist.
Oh, I don't like watches. I can't wear a watch.
Oh, and see, I can't go without this motherfucker. I can't.
I used to wear a watch when I worked, and then I worked in the restaurant industry. And when you are reaching and like you just you get to know like where the levels are, everything like. If I reach here, I know that I will just come right under the countertop, like the heat counter, and then that's where I need to get to like the ingredient bins over here, like grab like the onions or the fucking whatever, and like put them on stuff. But it's like and then I started wearing a watch, and I was not used to having something on my wrist, so I kept like slamming it into because like my wrist would go, like the counter would be here, and I'd go just under it, but it'd catch the watch, and like
I don't know what we're talking about.
And I broke several wristwatch like the little pins that hold your wristband onto the watch head. I broke so many of those, and also like it would catch my wrist and like start digging it. I was like, yeah, I don't want watches. I don't know.
I've never had any of those problems with my Apple Watches, but
I don't wear watches. I just break them.
I have a Fitbit.
Yeah, I fuck watches.
I'm like a freaking gorilla.
I tried to wear watches.
Stand up all the time, and it's like stop being.
Mine has gotten beaten against a bunch of stuff, but between the fact that it's a titanium body and it's sapphire crystal glass, like, this thing is met stainless steel in a rather abrupt, hard way before, and it's not.
I hated the motion on my wrist, but if it was tight enough to not move around on my wrist, then it would start making imprints on my wrist, and I didn't like that. I don't like the watch. I don't like the watch.
I'll show you guys this. This maybe shows you that I wear this thing a little too much, but that's the back.
See, I didn't like the imprints, and because it'd be uncomfortable and it'd make my wrist sweat. But if it was loose to where it wouldn't do that, then it is constantly sliding all around on your wrist, and then that's super annoying. It's like, I can pull my phone out of my pocket and look at it if I need to see the time. And outside of that, it's like, I don't need a watch.
So in a glance at my wrist, I can see my current fitness, the date in my next calendar appointment, current weather, current temperature, and eve time, along with current battery level. Just a quick glance at my wrist. I like having the ability to cheat with eve time.
I would just want like
at my wrist.
I would just want like the meme of the minute to show up on my wrist. If they had a thing for that, I would probably wear a watch.
I could program that for you.
Gotta stay up to date with the memes.
The meme of you got to know all the memes.
I don't want them all.
I want all.
You got to catch them all.
Even the bad ones. Even the bad ones.
Catch them all.
I can't do it.
Because even if you know the bad ones, and then someone brings the meme up, you're like, oh yeah, that meme was shit. I remember that too.
I wouldn't like it.
Nah, I wouldn't.
They were shit.
That meme was shit.
Fucking
I'm a millennial. Like we just survive on memes. We can't go without them.
Brayden, are you a millennial or are you an X? Or are you
I'm on the cusp. I'm on the cusp.
He's an Xennial.
No, I'm an Xennial. I'm in the early cusp of very late X Gen or Gen X and very early millennial. I was born in '85. And if you look online, some people like there's some places that say like millennials started in 1990, but there's some say like early 80s. Like most of them kind of settle. If you look at the median, most of them kind of settle around the mid 80s, which is exactly where I was born. So I'm like right on the cusp of both. So, and the funny thing is, like, I kind of I would say, share qualities of both. There's millennialism that I'm like definitely like, yeah, that's me. And then there's some Gen X stuff I'm like, yeah, that's me too. So
Neat.
It happens.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just gonna say,
Eve
90s
Online.
gen, 90s kids are the best kids. Am I
They're
right,
not.
Delana?
They're awful.
Huh.
I had one. They're not good.
Well, because yours was defective. You didn't take it back.
Tried.
God,
Fucking
that
wouldn't
way,
take it. I did have a kid born in the 90s. Fuck off.
that makes, oh
You could
no,
have been
that's,
my daddy.
I remember I saw a bad meme in the Sinners channel. Imagine that, but I'm not gonna even say it. It's
About me?
no, what you just
Oh, you fucker. I was like, what?
Yeah, about you,
Oh.
Dom. You are
Yeah.
known.
I'm known. I know I'm known.
no,
I actually am known in the Sinners
No.
group, actually.
no.
I'm a little sad right now. I just went to log in all of my Eve accounts to get my dailies, and I just realized because I timed it so that my subs for all of my alts would end after the Nexus event ended. And sure enough, yep, I only have one account subbed right now.
Oh,
Oops.
no.
Mm.
I need to go fix that. Still got to sell my 160 bucks.
I'm excited because my alt character can finally do
160.
the revelation adequately. So now I've been talking like, oh, I got a Dread alt, but he was a Naglfar alt. But apparently Naglfars aren't. Well, at the time I joined PL, they're like, Naglfars are not cool. I'm like, okay. Well, they didn't say that, but they weren't the
But
flavor.
they were thinking it, right?
They weren't the flavor. They're like, I guess if you have a Naglfar, sure, but it's a Naglfar. I'm like, okay,
So-
well, I'll trade into Revelation because that's the hot shit of the month. But
No, just keep your Naglfar.
But my alt
So-
was
so
like they
Nags-
had no Amar. They didn't even have Amar frigate one. And they didn't have any laser skills. So it was like, okay, I got to train like Amar all the way up to Dreadnought 5, and then train lasers all the way up to like extra large 5, and then extra large specialization, like all that is like it took a long time, and he finally got there, and then so now I can actually like use a
Nags have
Dreadnought.
their specific use cases and scenarios where they just freaking excel though. Like if you need to do
They
a
were good for
structure defense
alpha.
op. Well, yeah, if you're doing like a structure defense op where you can have them under the cover of a structure that's actually like someone who's competent is gunning it, especially if it's a Fortizar or like an Astrahus, you can use that depending on what the ships that are attacking you, if they've got enough big enough sig radius, or you can blow them up enough with like target painters, hit them with the alpha, you'll just freaking start wrecking
the
stuff.
main draw with them was back before the significant nerf to reps and faxes, where they dropped where you started getting diminishing returns from reps. That was the main turning point between Naglfars into Revelations and Morris's, because at that point with all the fax reps, it's like you will never burn through it. If they have enough faxes on the field, you'll never burn through the tank because they will just always rep it. So you basically had to alpha capitals off the field, especially Titans and super carriers, which was the goal. And as far as just pure alpha damage, Naglfars, our Artie Nags, had the highest alpha, although I think necessarily they didn't always go Artie, they went with autocannons as well, but the quad mecha whatever things, but so things like Naglfars were the best alpha. So if you got enough Naglfars on the field, it didn't matter how many faxes they had. If you just alphaed the fucking Titan or alphaed the super carrier, they couldn't rep it. That was the main thing. But then once they nerfed the faxes to where it's like there is a threshold of past this many faxes, the diminishing returns basically make all you could double the faxes past that point, and it has such a small increase that it doesn't really matter. And at that point, straight raw DPS became the strong factor, and now all of a sudden Revelations and Moroses became the strong point. And so that's why now Revelations and Moroses are the better ones, and Naglfars are like acceptable. I mean, there's still dreadnoughts. It's not like it's like you'd rather have a Naglfar on field than nothing. But you know, it's like if you could do a Revelation or a Moros, that would be better. No,
I do miss
no,
the
no, Val.
the
Actually,
heyday.
I think the Naglfars even had further range too. That was also a thing. Is like the range, because artillery, well, projectile weapons, they have a shorter, they have a much shorter optimal range, but their fall off range is so far that you could still
with
go
proper
way
skills,
you could go way past your optimal and still hit really hard. Whereas Revelations and Moroses that had slightly higher optimal, but their fall off was much shorter, made them at medium to longer ranges much less useful. It made the Naglfars much more of a Swiss Army knife as well, because you could still hit super hard close and you could still hit pretty hard far away, whereas the other ones were like they hit really hard close and kind of hard far away.
if I'm remembering
Till my wife
correctly, against the proper target, like obviously the ship's too small, it's not going to hit, but you could hit with a nag like out to 200, 240
Mhm.
kilometers and
Yeah, I think
actually apply like stupid damage.
Yeah, Artie Nag. Now that's the thing with the Phoenix. Like, I mean, if your missiles hit, it doesn't. The range doesn't matter. If you can hit, you hit. Period. So that the Phoenix had the benefit of that. Of like, if you're in range, there is no diminishing. It really depended on your explosion radius and all that stuff. But if you're shooting capitals, the Phoenix is gonna just fucking hit. But the Artie Nag or just the Naglfar in general was the better long range capital for sure, or dreadnought for sure. I mean, but that being
He
said,
looks
like,
awfully sleepy, doesn't he?
Rail, like,
Dude, I gotta go.
I was like,
I've been waiting for y'all to shut up for a sec so I can say goodnight. No, I'm kidding.
I was like, I don't know if I don't know if a Rail Moros has ever been a thing. Maybe.
No, that sounds gross.
Yeah, I don't like. I know they exist. But a Rail Moros probably not a thing. But a beam Revelation probably could be a thing. Although, like, why not just go Mega Pulse and drop in range?
Why not?
Type of
Brag
thing.
and brag.
Yeah, it's like I mean, like I don't think beam revs are even a thing, but maybe. But yeah, a Rail Moros, ew, yuck.
Yeah, that sounds.
That's gross.
So,
like, what
there
are
was
you
sniper
doing with your
dreads in
life?
that-
Why does that
there
gun
was-
even exist?
There was sniper dreads in that last big dread battle up in like Pureblind area, if you recall. There was initially
Maybe.
like Zernitras and a lot of stuff going on at 0, and then as reinforcements came in from like PamFam side and stuff, they started bringing them in at range and like being a whole different issue.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting.
Yeah. I will be back.
Will you?
Yeah, I'm just peeing.
Yeah, the Zerm has definitely changed things.
Yeah, the
my,
next
my corp has made a bunch of them. We sold a bunch too.
the next big kickoff thing, it'll be interesting to see how the fleets go, because I've definitely seen a push for a lot more people doing like Navy dreads and
Mhm.
you know, quite possibly Zerns and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I've heard the Navy Moros being talked about a lot more than
Really?
other ships. Yeah,
For who?
See now, our
just in general, like the Navy Moros is supposed to be the next.
my
hot thing.
experience from what we've sold so far, that the Phoenixes have gone like fucking hotcakes.
Yeah,
I think those are
crazy.
probably hot for crabs and stuff like that.
Maybe that's what it is, but they've got the Navy Phoenixes have gone fast.
yeah, that makes sense. Navy Phoenix for crabs, right? Because
I
missiles
can see
always
that.
fly.
Yeah.
I think for war stuff, you're going to see mostly Navy Revs.
The Revs and the Zenitras.
And
Yeah.
for big block stuff.
And we made those.
Moroses,
We
too
made
close
those too.
range. The Mimitar ones are too thin.
Yeah, they are way too thin.
But they're vertical.
They are
Sure,
vertical.
you
That's
could
true.
put a lot more
Vertical.
in a
So you can hit them a
single
lot easier
place and
because they're
stuff.
vertical.
Yeah.
They package.
Tom Jones singing. So yeah, Vlad's right. I think. Yeah.
So I know we're talking about the Zenitra as I left. Yeah, so that is, I think that is the preferable dread for just pure damage, but they also cost close to twice as much as any of the other dreads.
Zerms?
Zerns.
No,
Oh,
no, not even.
I mean,
they
there
don't
is the
cost twice-
faction
They're
dread.
twice as much. Yes. yes, but
Yeah, there's the
but
faction dreads though
Navy-
too.
The faction ones aren't that bad. The Navy ones aren't. twice.
Yeah, like a Navy Rev, pretty
1.5
solid.
times.
A Navy Moros, pretty solid.
You know,
I think the
I just
Zernitra
wanna
is
say real
probably
quick,
better, but it's
LB,
like the Zernitra's
I'm
are like
still
what 8 or
relying
10
on you
billion.
for those LP points to get that faction dread or the BPC for that. Was it the Cayman? I got the
You wanna-
ISK. You got the LP.
You want a
Oh.
Cayman?
Yeah.
All right. I'll fucking work on getting you a Cayman.
I want
Might
a
be
gator.
bit.
I want a gator.
You want a gator? I can
How
get
much?
you one
How
right
much?
now.
Is, how much is a gator? Wait, you got one right now?
Yeah.
I want a
Oh.
gator.
You want a gator?
Give me
I got two.
gator.
That was
I got
pretty
two
good,
right
Tim
now.
Allen.
I just want one gator.
Can
Is
I-
where
can
is
I
it
have
in Jita?
3?
3 what?
So short term, 3 gators. Long term, 1 Cayman.
I claim one gator before you sell him all your gators.
Okay. Who wants a gator right now?
Now,
Would you sell me one right now?
is it in Jita?
Well,
It's in Zarzak.
How much did they go for?
Well, Zarzak looks really cool when you warp through it, right? That is really fucking cool.
Can I pay
If
you extra to move it out of Zarzak? It doesn't have to be Jita, but anywhere in high sec, can I get you to move it to somewhere where my alt can pick it up and move it somewhere else that I can transport
Your
it?
alt
Honestly,
can go to
Drayden,
Zarzak. You
like,
know that, right?
I
You-
know, but
you
I don't
would be
want to. I don't
better
want
off
to be. I don't
getting
wanna
it
be
out of Zarzak.
Yeah, you'd be safer getting out of Zarzak than anywhere else.
Take an Okator.
No,
and go
but
into
like, but you
Zarzak
have to
and
jump
get
out
it.
of Zarzak and it goes to low sec, and then I
But
gotta
what
like.
if all of my tunes are at war, LB, and I need
Goes
you
to
to be
high
my
sec.
mule?
Wait, where's the
Is it all
high
high
sec
sec?
entrance with Zarzak?
I'll do anything you want. But
Oh,
I'll
really?
do
Wait,
anything.
wait.
Anything?
I mean,
I looked at Zarzak. There's
Oh,
only 4
wow.
connections. There's only 4
Alright.
connections.
20
and they-
bucks. 20 bucks is 20 bucks.
20
Let's
bucks,
go.
well,
$20,
I'm saying,
20 bucks.
oh,
Yeah, I'll do.
I looked at Zarzak. The only connections are to low sec and null sec. Where's the high sec connection?
You live in nullsec, Drayden.
Yeah, but I don't live
It
That's
pops
scary
out
stuff
into
to
So
get
space
that.
that you have influence over.
Drayden,
like
I have
tribute.
done the flight. I've done the trip up from where Akaroth and I live on my main up to Zarzak, and it is through completely blue space. You'll be fine.
Hmm.
Dude, let's take a shuttle.
But what if I jump through? What if there's a bubble there?
That's
Take a
why you
shuttle
put a
out.
nullifier on your Akator.
But what if they jump through and bubble
Scowl.
me? Did you say scowl?
Don't-
Shuttle.
Oh, scowl.
Don't-
Nullifier on your Akator.
I have
Also
I don't,
that.
I don't use an Akator.
Push button. Warp
I use,
away.
Also the
I
blockade
use a
button.
Pro Raider. I'll package it and put it in a Pro Raider.
Okay. So there's one important step as well that you have to not forget about. Don't suck. And you'll
Well,
be
that's
fine.
hard
Do
sometimes.
not
Get
be
good.
bad.
Skill issue.
Sucking though.
If you want a gator right now, I'll sell you a gator right now for 700 mil in Zarzak.
700 mil Zarzak for a gator.
Yep.
$6.99.
LB, I'll pay you 850
I'll give you 700.
mil.
Yeah, make me a
I'll pay you-
contract to
I'll
trade
pay
in.
you 850 mil for 3 holes, and I'll send you the system I'd like them in.
Okay.
Wait, 850 for 3? I'll take 3 for 850.
No, each. No,
Oh,
each. 850 mil each, delivered to the place that I'm requesting because I'm a bitch.
Oh.
How about 4? I have 4 on market in Zarzak right now. I'll pull them down off the market and I'll bring them to you.
I want one for 700.
Okay. I'll contract it to you in Zarzak.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay. Delana, you want one?
Yeah, sure.
I already have one.
Send me the game in-game name fucking person you want it to.
Hey, it's surprise. It's the same name that I'm using for this.
I am shocked.
Dylana Ivo. Ivo?
See-
Ivo.
What's Aivo?
I DM'd
It's
you
a
on
standard
this.
Caldari last name because I ran out of creativity after the first name.
I DM'd you on Discord, LB, and with the details of where to go. And if you contract, I just contracted to my corp because my main is a poor, but my corp
Okay.
is wealthy.
Dude, we gotta go on Gator Fleet and just go whelp this shit.
Gator Fleet.
I would join
Okay.
you for that. I've
Let
got a
me
gator for
see
that.
here. First of all,
Yeah.
let's log off this character.
Well,
I
Redline
know
was
that they're
supposed
not,
to.
they're not the best, but it's still it's mostly for memes because it's like, man,
I like it. I think the game
I feel
is
like
good shit.
I feel like
yeah.
they're really
I could go
strong
drive
for
15
PvE.
I could go drive 15 minutes to the swamp and go see one.
Oh, you mean like real gators?
Your real gators, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I think the gators are
I
actually
see
pretty.
what you
I think
did
they're
there.
pretty strong for PVE. If you don't want to spend the money on a rattlesnake, they're better than a
I would agree with you, yeah.
They're better than a Gila. Oh well, I mean if
They're about the same as a Gila.
well they're
They do
better
more
than,
damage than one, and they tank better.
They probably the damage is probably similar, but they tank way better than a Gila. Although if you're the thing is like
Well,
the
they do
Gilas,
50%
you
more
can't
damage?
you
I don't-
take
yeah.
you can't take a gator into an abyssal because it's a battle cruiser, not a cruiser. But but the thing is like you can put the
Good tank's a hell of a lot
you could
better
put the command burst thing on it. Does that
yeah.
you could boost yourself with that, right? So
if you're in a fleet.
So you make a fleet with an alt and boost
Yeah,
yourself.
Or
Yeah.
but yourself. If you're a fleet, it works. Yeah.
Yeah, so you just make a fleet and just boost yourself. So it has the command burst. So I think the Gators are better than Gilas. If you they're tankier and the damage is probably a slightly bit higher, maybe. But you can just fit. It's just better. So PVE they're better. Aside from abyssals, you can't take them into. PvP, I don't know. PvP, and that's what I would want to use it for. Because, I don't know if they're better or not for PvP. There's probably better ships that are probably cheaper, but they're not the new hotness and shiny new wrapper on stuff. So you got to use the new stuff, right?
You're in a
new wraparound.
Delana, you're in a blessed bean. Is that you?
Yeah.
Thanks, FC.
Delana, I had to show you. Kitty.
Oh, cutie. That's a
Yeah.
pretty torty.
Oh, Sasha.
She's very
Sasha
pretty.
update. Sasha update.
Sasha is still on the bed behind me. She is still doing a lot better than the vets thought she would. I mean, she's still in kidney failure, so there's no getting around that. Like she's
So
16.
it's like an
Like
inevitable
she
thing.
is like the vet was ready to just like take her that day, and we're like, dude, come on, like we're at least gonna take her home, figure it out. And she is just being her normal self. She's
But-
very skinny, but she is still like she's scarfing down her food, like so. I don't know.
The thing that I've learned about cats, especially, and I mean this is animals in general, but I've seen it more so in cats. They will let you know when it's time. Their behavior will change in a very strong way, and they'll hide.
Yeah, well, Sasha is
Ooh.
just like purring away in her normal place on my bed. So, and now she's coming up to visit me, huh? Like there's a scale thing that the vet gave us that's like how you kind of make a little chart on the quality of life. And sorry to make this kind of depressing, but you kind of like rate like how much is she eating, how much is she moving, all that stuff, and we rated her like above the cutoff. Like she's still like you look at her and you can tell she kind of does not look great, but she is she's still hanging in there. So I mean, we're doing what we can, and we're spoiling the absolute shit out of her. So,
As you should, right?
Yeah.
That's what you should.
so she is getting like so many treats right now, and I bet she's like, I don't know what's going on, but I like it. So she is she's just hanging in there, and hopefully we get a little bit more time out of her because she's just got life in her still.
For sure.
But otherwise, I just had the other little kitty, Lily Rose was in my lap just now. Also, it was cute looking at the vet that they have a little chart that roughly translates cat age to human age, and Sasha would be 80 years old in human age.
She all bitty.
And Lily Rose is 10 years old. She's still a little girl. And Ty is 26. He is a healthy young man. So
You're the one that you said was 10-year-old. What is that in human years?
well, I mean, like she's
Or like how our actual years, I should say.
she's a year and a half old.
Oh,
She
three?
was born
Oh,
in June
kitty.
2022.
Okay. I was just trying to use that as like a good easy benchmark.
You trying
Yeah,
to
so
guess the
she-
tenderness? Is that what you're trying to figure out?
She's still pretty. She's a young girl. So it's kind of nice when you have like the old cats and the young cats. So you still get
That's what I've got going on right now at home. Is I've got a one that's a little over a year old in actual age, and then the other is 8 years old.
Yeah, we got a decent mix in this house, but yeah, Sasha's just hanging in there. But
Oh, there's an update.
Well, drinks to Sasha and a long life.
Cheers, yeah.
Yeah, I'll drink to that.
I mean, she went from
I'll
a
drink to
stray.
that. That's a good
She
thing to
went from a
drink to.
stray. You took her in, gave her some good times. You said she's 16.
yeah,
I mean, that's very old for a cat. That's a long life. So
no, that's pretty up there. So it's like it's like 80 years old. In
I don't think
human
I'll last
years.
that
It's
long.
like that would be
Yeah.
kind of sad, but it's like you kind of know, like once you start getting up there.
yeah, I mean, I would say cats are like anywhere from like 13 to 20. The variance is pretty wide, but I mean, anywhere
It's-
past
Once you
13
pass
is
50, it's all fucking.
anywhere
that's
past
all
13
bonus.
years is pretty good. Anywhere past 15 years is just
We're-
like that's a
we're-
long life for a cat. So
Rascal, my cat that I had to unfortunately put down earlier this past year, was about 14, 15 years old, we think. So
Yeah.
yeah. Although my grandma did have a cat that I believe it was either 28 or 29 when he passed.
wow, that's
Yeah, I think
That's
like
insane.
the oldest
Yeah.
recorded, like the oldest known cat was like 32 or something.
yeah,
Like
like
made it to
that's
about
that's
30.
unheard of. I mean, yeah, most cats are. Yeah,
It's
You
that,
don't
that
want.
is
They
an
don't want to be
extreme-
alive. At that
it's a
point.
wide. Yeah, I said like
It's a
13 and 20 is a good one,
statistical
but I'd say any cat that makes to 15 has had a long, solid life. Past that is extra. So,
So many good bad jokes. Damn it.
oh no.
Anyways, do we still want
So
to play
many.
Lethal Company tonight?
I don't know what that is.
I don't think I can from my Mac. I only have my Mac laptop. So
I will be down. I say like maybe next week we should if you can help us with the mods because I would like to get the mods downloaded. Yeah, because definitely more
I mean,
than
if we
4
only
people.
have 4 tonight, we don't need to mod it.
I won't play.
And
so
also
no worries.
next week I will be going to DC, so I will not be around.
Well, the week
At my
after
computer
maybe,
for
but
break.
like, I liked the game. It was fun. But yeah, it's so I feel like I don't know. Like I'm probably gonna cut out a little bit earlier tonight. I did not.
Oh, you slept up until it fucking started. What more? How much more sleep do you need?
It was 30 minutes of sleep, Dom. I started taking a nap at 4:45 and woke up at or no, it's about 5 probably then. But I
you had a cat nap.
have gotten home super late, and I think in the last 3 days I've had 10 hours of sleep. So
Drayden, as vice president, how are you allowing that?
Down. What the hell? Aren't you supposed to be
well, I mean,
telling
like
them?
that's actually not much less than I normally get, but I'm
What's the
actually
problem then?
I'm actually tempted to at some point go to a doctor and be like, hey, I've got some serious insomnia issues. Like, is there? I've tried some self
You have
things.
zombie. What'd you say? You have
Insomnia.
insomnia. I think it's
Yeah.
zombies.
No,
zombie.
I it's like I don't have trouble. Well, I sometimes getting to sleep is rough. It takes sometimes I can get to sleep in 30 minutes if I'm super tired, or sometimes it takes like 2 or 3 hours to fall asleep. But once I fall asleep, I cannot stay asleep for more than about 2 to 4 hours at a time, and then I will wake up. And then once I wake up, I will not be able to fall asleep again for at least probably 10 to 12 hours after that. So I have. Everyone's like, "Oh, you should have a full 8 hours sleep." I have not had more than 4 to 5 hours of sleep in one straight shot in the last 25 years ever, which is very unhealthy. So I'm tempted to, and I've tried doing the melatonin thing. That didn't work. I've tried doing THC edibles, like nighttime edibles, because I can go over.
Tried heroin?
No, but I can go over to. I went over to Washington where I can just buy weed and go to the dispensaries, and they had like nighttime, like it was like a mix of like THC, CBD, melatonin, and like a bunch of stuff to like help you get to sleep. I tried those; they didn't really work that well. I was talking with Akroth about this a couple weeks ago. Like the first
so
night,
dependent on
the first
individual.
night seemed to be better than most because I got actually 5 hours of sleep instead of like the normal like 2 or 3, but it didn't work as well as I was hoping. And then I've also tried, I was like, oh well, Benadryl puts me to sleep pretty hard. It makes me pretty drowsy. Tried that, but yeah, I fell asleep pretty quick, but still woke up after 3 hours and couldn't go back to sleep.
So one of the things that
So I'm
like for
I'm probably
helping
gonna go to a doctor now. Oh, sorry. I'm probably now looking to go to a doctor and be like, do I need like some fucking Ambien or something? Like that might. I mean, like
Oh,
I
Ambien.
was
you
trying
might
to
need something
avoid like just
stronger.
hardcore sleeping pills, but if I need that to actually get a restful full
Well,
night's sleep, then I would rather
so
do that. But
so this is something similar that I've kind of
see
struggled
you,
with, and
Val.
I've ended
Val.
up being forced to kind of deal with it through like habits and things I can control myself. Because one of the things that many doctors will talk to you about, like first thing my doctor said when I brought up like sleep issues was, she's like, well, I want you to try not having any screens at all for 1 to 2 hours before you try going to
I've
bed.
tried that too, though.
Which I'm like, that's well for me, like I'm like, oh, okay, well that's just like not happening. That's literally impossible. Nice try. Like,
Yeah.
like it's
Yeah.
just like cool joke, lady. Like, no, like, but what I actually am a big advocate for is first off, like, data is your friend. I use my Apple Watch because I've got one of the ones that like will actually track my sleeping and my respiration while I'm in bed. And there were things, nights where like I was like, oh, I did, maybe better last night. Where like, if I actually look at the data, like, no, I didn't. Like, just I don't know. I think data helps inform. So I would look first to see if you've got something that you can get that would help you with like your own sleep tracking and data, and
Well,
then you just start playing around with seeing what works.
I've rough tracking, and the thing is like, so my first initially way back in the day, I initially thought it was like, okay, well maybe it's just
We're
like
gonna talk about this. I
like
gotta
a circadian rhythm, because like you get used to falling asleep at a certain time, waking up at a certain time, and even if you fall asleep later, you're used to waking up at a certain time for work, so you just do that anyway. But that wasn't the case, because there's times where I will be super tired and I will go, it doesn't matter if I go to sleep at noon, 5 p.m., midnight, 4 in the morning, doesn't matter what time I fall asleep. I will wake up 2 to 4 hours in that range. Sometimes it's very quick, sometimes it's a little bit longer, but like I will wake up in
You
that
might need a
range.
sleep study.
Yeah. So and then so there's actually a friend. So my friend that I play D&D with, or he's the DM. His neighbor is a sleep doctor in the town here, so I might actually talk to him about getting a thing. But real quick,
one of my coworkers had to do that. Like they literally had to go in and like spend the night with all the things hooked up to them and tracking them, and do that over a period of different nights over a couple months to like help narrow down and figure out like, okay, we think this or this is like your best option.
Yeah, and so my main thing is like, it's not a time of the day. I can literally fall asleep if I'm tired enough. Well, I say that that's a asterisk thing on that, but like if I can fall asleep, it doesn't matter the time of day. I can fall asleep morning, afternoon, evening, night, doesn't matter. But once I fall asleep, I can't stay. That's my point. It's like falling asleep is not the trouble. Well, it can be sometimes, but what eventually I will fall asleep. But like falling asleep is not the trouble. Staying asleep is the trouble. Once I fall asleep, I just cannot stay asleep for more than a few hours at a time. And then I will wake up. And once I wake up, I will wake up and be super exhausted and tired. And it's like all I want to do is just go back to sleep. And most people, if they're that tired, will just go back to sleep. I will be like, I'm so tired. I just want to sleep. But I cannot get back to once I wake up after a few hours, cannot get to sleep. It's going to be like at least 8 to 10 hours before I can fall asleep again. And then I can maybe nap. So that's like usually my day is like go to sleep at night for a few hours. And then I usually wake up because I usually go to sleep at like 1 or 2 in the morning, because then I'm going to wake up at like, 5 in the morning, which is a couple hours before my alarm. And then I'm super tired, but I just lay in bed for a couple hours. And then my alarm goes off. I have to get up for work. And then I go to work, I get home and I'm like, I'm tired. I'm like, okay. And then I might sleep for like an hour or two for a nap. And then I know that like sometimes I can get a schedule going, but I've tried to break that schedule and I've forced myself to not do it. But it's like, it doesn't matter how tired or unrested I am. If I wake up, and I'm still like, like I'm super exhausted, super tired, which should make you fall asleep. I will like on the weekends, I will like wake up at 6 a.m. and lay in bed until noon because I'm too tired to get out of bed, but I can't fall back to sleep.
Oh, there's some interesting things you can do. I just in Vodka Lounge just now, I put last night's sleep data for me for my app that I use for tracking and then also for my first. But so my tips to you, my friend, are one, habits are your friend. You may need some extra help, but like just habit building is your friend. When I'm not on vacation, I wake up on my days off at within 45 minutes of what my normal wake up time is, just purely out of habit. Um, but
I've
you might
broken
have
that.
other stuff going on where you need help. Honestly.
Yeah, I've broken that because there's time like, if I am up until like 6 a.m. and go to sleep. Normally I wake up at like
can't let
7.
yourself do that.
I will sleep at 6 and sleep until like 10 and then wake up, which is way past when I would normally wake up. But
Well,
then
but that
I'm
ruins
still
you.
yeah. But I'm saying like it's like it doesn't like I can go to sleep at all kinds of different hours of the day, but I can never stay asleep for more than a few hours at a time. That's like my thing. Is it's such a weird thing, but so that's what and I've looked into it. Like one of the possible things, I'm not going to self-diagnose, but I know one of the things that a lot of things point to is a hyperactive thyroid condition.
Yes,
which could be a thing. So that's another thing why I should probably go see a doctor. It's like if that's a thing, that could be what's keeping me from being able to stay asleep for a long time because it's like my thyroid is just going nuts and shit. But
or gaining weight or losing weight. Yep.
This is going to sound a little kooky to some, but there are breathing and relaxation techniques you can do that will make it much easier for you to fall asleep. It's honestly it's some of the stuff that like they teach you literally if you're like in the army, and then other parts of the military to basically be able to fall asleep anywhere. But if you can teach yourself that, like just from breathing techniques, the ability to fall asleep, it is a huge help. That for me is what made it easier for me to work through a lot of this kind of stuff too, because I struggled with sleep insomnia and like there was a part of my life where 3 to 4 hours of sleep and I was like, cool, that's a good night for me. Like
that might be another thing.
Struggle.
Sleep position. So I can't sleep on my stomach; it's too uncomfortable. Sleeping on my back would be comfortable, but I can't do that because it's not. Well, maybe it's mild sleep apnea, but I don't think it's I don't like choke or anything like that. But like, it's more of it's a weird thing. Like, so if I'm laying on my back and I get tired enough to like start falling asleep, as I'm like you get to like doze point where like you're about to fall asleep, but you're not quite asleep yet. I do this like weird exhale thing. I'm like, like a loud exhale. And then because I'm such a light sleeper, that wakes me up. And now I'm awake again. I can't fall asleep.
That sucks.
It's such a weird fucking thing. It's not like a loud noise. It's more of like although sometimes I have like where it comes out as like more of like but it's not like a choking sleep apnea thing. But normally it's just a very loud exhale. And I hear it and that wakes me up. And like as I'm waking up, I hear it that I'm doing that. And I'm like, oh. So it's like even though sleeping on my side is not the most comfortable, that's the only way I can actually get to sleep. Because if I try to sleep on my back, I will never fall asleep because I will constantly keep waking myself up with those exhales, which is like a weird. That's another thing. Like I should probably go to a sleep doctor and be like, what the fuck is this? Like they probably know what they've probably seen that before and have an explanation for it, but it's fucking weird to me. But yeah, it's like. I don't normally snore. Like I don't snore. If I slept if I could actually fall asleep on my back, I think I might snore. But I can never get to sleep on my back, so I've never really been able to test if I would. Well, I don't know how you test it, other than like recording yourself at night or something, or having someone tell you. But yeah, I don't know. Off topic. I'm just saying it's probably something I need to go.
You should see a doctor about, right?
Yeah,
none
probably
of us are doctors.
Yeah.
We don't know what the fuck we're talking about.
Yeah.
I recommend
I'm a
IV
doctor.
drugs. So there you go.
Elby's a doctor.
Yep.
What's the
Makes
diagnosis?
lots of IV drugs.
Dr.
Will help
LB.
us.
Treat with alcohol.
Oh.
Dilaudid.
Like this?
allotted.
Yep, doing good.
Yeah. All right. No, but yeah, so it's like I actually don't even know if I
Fentanyl
have.
help.
I don't. Jesus Christ! Don't do fentanyl. Don't do meth.
Ah.
No, those will keep you up. Don't do
Meth,
that.
fentanyl won't keep you up, but meth will. Yeah. It'd be like 8 balls.
I thought
Those
fentanyl
things
was just
are
like the
bad.
new age meth that was worse.
No, it's more synthetic morphine.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what fentanyl is.
Is it an actual opiate or is this like an
Yeah,
opiate?
it's synthetic morphine.
Oh, okay.
We carry
Well,
it in ambulances because it's.
Well, is it like a?
It actually has uses.
Is it like a pseudo opiate where it's not technically an opioid, or is it an opioid that's just super strong?
Yes.
The second one.
It's both.
Oh.
It's a synthetic opioid, but it's very
okay.
powerful. And it's very
Kind
dangerous.
of like Demerol is not morphine, but it's like a pseudo.
Super strong opiate, yeah, but it's
Yeah.
a synthetic opiate, right?
I tried Demerol. My brother got Demerol from his.
Ketamine's what you want to go with. Perced, ketamine.
Well, he got Demerol from his wisdom teeth extraction. I thought it was kind of weak and boring. Like that's what I was like. Opioids are kind of boring and shit.
Unless you take the good ones, there are lots of them.
Well, I have never and will never do like morphine or heroin or anything, but or oxy or anything like that. But like I did try a what the fuck is that one? It's like the super muscle.
What is that?
Hydrocodone. I tried it like it was like a 5 milligram hydro.
So you didn't really try it, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really get anything out of it. And then I did. My brother got some Demerol for his wisdom teeth. I tried a couple doses of that. I was like, I don't get the fucking hype of opioids.
Because you're not abusing it. You got to abuse it.
Yeah, I was like, these are kind of just. I was like, these are just fucking boring. I don't get it. Fuck it. I'm just gonna go back to weed.
I'll go back to psychedelics.
But
I'm gonna
have a good night, bub.
bed.
Yeah.
You guys be safe.
No,
Sorry.
don't tell me what
Yeah,
to do.
if we're not gonna play Lethal Company tonight, I'm probably gonna go because I need to take
Yeah,
a shower.
I'm down for. Well, next week you're not here, but the week after that, I'm totally down to do the Lethal Company shebang. That was actually.
Why
a fun
is the
game.
guy with Skyhawk looking at the phone like, what in the fuck is going on there? These people, I cannot trust them.
Yeah,
all.
Skyhawk's got.
Look at it, your friends like
They're
he's
at the
giving us
beach
the
and somebody
eyeball.
else is at the beach about it.
Yeah,
Your friend's giving us the eyeball,
Skyhawk's got
Skyhawk.
the. Oh yeah, LB's got two.
What about me?
Dude, your
I hear
friend's
you
giving us
people
the
talking about
eyeball.
me.
What the fuck?
Oh no, I was showing
He's
him.
giving us the stink guy.
Well, no. So who you just saw was my uncle, and I was showing him a video of Iceland diving along the continental divide up there.
Uh-huh.
But you're be like, so these are my
Don't put him on
friends.
here.
No, here.
No, don't do that to him.
That's my aunt. You can say hi.
Hello.
We're all bad people. Don't listen
Hello,
to us.
Uncle Hawk, Aunt Hawk.
Uncle and Aunt Hawk.
Can they hear us?
Wow.
No, they
I
can't
hope
hear
not.
you.
Oh,
You
okay.
guys are
Well,
in my ears.
Okay.
Thank
Well,
God.
tell them I said hi.
But I warned them. I
Okay.
did.
Warn them.
Murmur. Where'd LB go? He left us.
He's back. He's back.
I'm back.
He's back from outer space.
I don't know
It
what
was
happened,
Roth.
but I'm back.
The only one that left. The only one that left us was the Roth of Akka.
Yeah.
Was the what?
The
He
Roth
looked
of
awfully tired
Akka.
there.
The Wrath of Akka?
Akaroth.
Yeah, aka Akaroth.
Jesus,
Oh,
Drayden.
dude, my brain's so slow.
Okay. Well, I need
God,
to,
I tried to make a joke.
30
and you
minutes
made
of
it.
fucking sleep isn't enough for Drayden. He needs 42 minutes.
Well, so did you see? So in that post I made though, did you see my numbers for last night? I was surprised, man. I was pleasantly surprised.
Did you
I
post
got
numbers?
almost 7 hours of actual sleep last night.
Damn.
That's
I got-
unheard of for me.
I got like 8 hours
That's
of sleep.
unheard of.
Then like today I took a 5-hour nap. It was fucking awesome. Then I got up and took another nap. So I didn't have to work today. It's fantastic.
I have to work tomorrow.
Honestly, I fly back to Michigan on Sunday.
We didn't hear your whisper, but I'm assuming you said, I don't want to go.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. I mean,
Your aunt and
I-
uncle want you to, but you
I've
don't
only
want
been
to
to Florida for a few hours, and I can't. No comment because I don't know.
Mom actually
the
flew from
backyard-
Florida back to
so-
Iowa today.
So the backyard here is a pool, and then a foot of like land, and then the intracoastal.
So there's alligators in the
So
pool.
are you
There's a good
where
chance of it.
where in, well, not like give us your GPS location, or like are you like Miami
No, pin
area,
it,
Orlando
pin it.
area,
Here
said
I
St. Pete's Beach.
honestly don't care.
central western? I mean, like just like a, because I mean, like
He said earlier exactly where he is.
did he?
Yeah, he doesn't care. He just said he doesn't care.
Well, he said I was
Just
So
saying,
hotel.
here,
I was saying like what hotel are you at? I'm
I
saying like
get
what like
What
room are
you at? What room
city?
number? What's the room
so
number?
I'm in Madeira Beach,
Madeira Beach.
but here in one moment in Vodka Lounge,
I like vodka.
the blue dot is me.
Okay, I'll accept that contract here in a little bit.
No, you said you'd take it now. Don't be.
Well, no, he's contract now. I will accept it.
Also,
I will accept it before I go to bed tonight.
Yeah, that
also
sounds good.
totally ignore the fact that I included in that screenshot apparently my Apple Maps search results.
Okay, so
Oh,
it's
no.
like
So you
Now I
can
wanna
see
see it.
all the lookout.
oh, okay, yeah. So Doe's Diner.
Oh, the
That's where we're going
Scientologists are
tomorrow.
turning into Scientologists.
Big Cat Rescue. Why are you going to Big Cat Rescue? SeaWorld Parks? And are you going to SeaWorld? Oh shit, we're gonna
So
like.
see
Okay, also, I am leaving. I need to go. So I'm going to
All right, bye, Delana. Good night.
Good night, Delana.
So I looked up Big Cat Rescue by Delana because that is here. That is also, yes, that is Carol Baskin's place. They no longer have cats there. They've shipped them all off to a place in Missouri. But yes, if Carol Baskin still had all his cats over there, and that
is
place
this
is
like a Carol
open,
Baskin's reserve?
I would have gone to Carol Baskin's reserve just for the memes and the posting.
Yeah, I mean, like, would you have blown up her couch in the swamp?
I mean,
Well,
no.
not the way you're thinking of, but yeah.
I don't think you'd blow up her couch. She'd blow up Joe Exotic's couch, though. No, I'm
I
kidding.
mean,
Not with that
I'd
kind
blow
of
up
attitude.
something else of his.
Ah.
I'm gonna say this: Joe Exotic, he ain't my type. His last husband, though, oh my god!
I don't know who his last husband was.
I don't know
I
Is he cool?
I know that there was a
he's
thing
fucking sexy.
going around that like Nick Cage was supposed to play a thing.
Tiger guy?
Well, it was a thing based on Joe Exotic from Tiger King. Nick Cage is supposed to play Joe Exotic in this movie, and I don't know if it ever came to
You have
fruition.
first name basis with him then, I take it? I call him Nicolas Cage, but
Nick Cage? That's Nick. I just call him Nick.
I know it.
I call him Nicky Boy, you know.
Nicky Boy? Yeah.
No.
Nicky Boy.
Yeah, so Tampa, that's what I was saying.
And,
I was like,
yeah,
I don't know
it's
that many
outside
areas
of
in Florida.
Tampa.
I know Miami, I know Tampa, I know Orlando, I know Tallahassee, but outside of that, I'm like,
And, well,
I don't
and-
know
and so-
anything.
So locally over here, if you were to be like, "Oh, I'm visiting Tampa," you like the locals were immediately around me would be like, "No, fuck you, you're a dumbass."
Yeah, because they don't like
I-
being
I'm-
associated
I
with the
did-
thing across
well-
the bay.
Well, yeah, it's like over here, I'm in a satellite community essentially of St. Pete, but like they're they're all about there. So,
But if
It's a
you-
nice
essentially
area.
that-
You're in a nice area.
Greater Metro,
I
it's
mean,
Greater Metro
I-
Tampa,
It's
though,
a nice
right?
area.
I don't want to know what the property values here are.
Yeah, it's a
I'll put
nice
it
area.
that
My,
way.
I said my mom lives in Dunedin, so I know where you're at.
Well, I see also
Well,
in here
and
there's old Tampa Bay and then there's Tampa Bay. What about new Tampa Bay? Why is
so
this
the
called
island-
Mythenboro Tampa Bay instead of New Tampa Bay?
Like the island that I'm on is actually reclaimed land from dredging, essentially.
Yeah.
Like it's
Oh.
yeah, it's all it was built up here in like the 60s and 70s, I believe.
Hmm.
But it's beautiful. So even though so where I'm at right now, we're right on the intracoastal, but then it's only like a short mile from here over back to the main highway that runs along the Channel Islands, and that's right on the beach. So like earlier today, I parked over at my uncle's sister's house because she lives like right across the street from the beach, and then I did a 3-mile hike up and down the beach, and earlier today, and it was absolutely beautiful because it was like mid-70s.
Gotcha.
And of course, there are places along the beach where you just walk up, order a beverage in a plastic cup, and keep walking.
Yeah, the open container stuff that's going on with various areas like Vegas New Orleans and all these other places. It's something I'm so not used to. Cause
So nice though.
yeah, it is. It's fun because I mean, like up here, it's like yeah, you can go out to the bars, you can drink. You can't be walking on the street just drinking. Now, I mean, if you did that, one, a cop would have to see you. Two, depending on what time it was at night, and depending on if you were just like chugging out of a bottle of whiskey, stumbling down the street, the cop might stop you and be like, "Yo, dude, you like what are you doing?" And even at that point, a lot of the cops around here just be like this is can I drive you home? And like honestly, like they probably wouldn't charge you unless you got super like aggressive and like bullshitty with them. If you were just like, I'm just heading home. If you're just like drunk drinking off a bottle of whiskey,
I don't think they're Ubers anymore. I don't think that happens
down the street, and the cops saw it, he'd probably pull you over and be like, yo, like just for your own safety, so you don't stumble in the street and get hit or something shit like that. Like, can I drive you home? And they'd probably just drive you home and drop you off at your house at that point.
That's a thing anymore.
I mean, like, well, I mean, like around here, it's not small town America, but there's places that try to still pretend that up here is small town America, even though, you know, the Spokane is still like pretty much at this point, like through connections of cities like Spokane Valley, and then you have Liberty Lake, and then you have Post Falls, you have Coeur d'Alene, you have Rattata. All these things, they all pretty much connect together at this point, and that connection makes this whole area like 700 to 800,000 people. It's not a major metropolis like Denver or Phoenix or New York or LA, but it is a big enough town. It's like it's almost 1 million people in a connected urban landscape that even out here on the Idaho side, it's like you can't pretend that you're this small town anymore. You're not. You're just not.
So
you are a smaller suburb of a major metropolis. So
sorry, real quick, because it's kind of chilly out here. I know you guys can't see it that well, but I'm standing on the edge of the seawall. But it's fucking dark. But behind me is just like all water in the intercoastal, and like
oh shit, are there sharks in there?
Well, so next door, like they've got a fucking boat up on its boat lift and shit. But like, yeah, like basically, I'm in the area where like this is fucking $1 million homes and upwards from there. Yeah, like my aunt and uncle that they're in a fucking nice neighborhood. I'll leave it. But I'm literally standing at the end of their pier on the land side, right on the intercoastal, and it's fucking gorgeous here.
Hell yeah, that's beautiful. Don't go in the water though, dude. There's sharks out there.
Might be sharks out there, or alligators, or shark-gators. You don't want shark-gators.
Shark-gators.
Those are awesome.
Zombie sharks? Have you seen zombie sharks?
Sharktopusses. They're the worst.
Sharktopus.
Sharktopus is the
literally
worst.
2 weeks ago, I saw my aunt posting photos with her dogs at the end of the pier. No, with her dogs at the end of the pier out here, freaking out because there were dolphins right off the end of the pier.
Yeah, it's probably.
Dude, I remember seeing a dolphin the first time ever in my life. I freaked the fuck out because I was afraid of sharks. I always have been. I was visiting my relatives. All my mom's side relatives live in the Bay Area. And they took me to Monterey Bay Beach, which is known for a lot of sharks there. There's always sharks, at least juvenile sharks, great whites and stuff. And I was pushing my boundaries. Instead of going shin deep, I was going knee deep in the water. And all of a sudden, like 50 feet from me, I see a fin come up, and I full on panicked, rushed and screamed. Like I didn't scream, but I was like rushing out of the water, and I was like, ugh, and looked back and I was like, oh, a dolphin. And I was like, looked back.
I don't think that's a dolphin. The fin was sticking out of the water is not a dolphin.
No, it was like the curved kind of like thing of it was a dolphin. And like eventually you could see like it was the
dolphins don't have cartilage in their dorsal fin.
Well, also
they flop over.
It was a vertical fin, like the tail fin was like up and down, not side to side. Yeah. But yeah, it's like it was not
like dolphin kicking.
Yeah, it was. I just saw a dorsal fin, and I was just like, fuck! and freaked out and ran out of the water. And I saw it. I was like, oh, it is a
I
dolphin.
can see you freaking out.
Okay.
Man.
Yeah, I was like, dude,
I
fucking,
did too. I'm not gonna
fucking sharks. Like, there's sharks out there. And,
There are, yeah, sharktopuses too.
well, and yeah, sharktopuses and zombie
You're a
sharks
sharktopus,
and
So you see that? It's a terrifying
plague
thing.
sharks and black demons, whatever. Like
Black
all the
demons.
there's a shark
That
movie.
sounds sexy.
Well, the black demon is a myth down
I
off.
don't
of
like
the,
that one.
The black demon is the myth of a massive shark off of the Baja Peninsula area in Mexico, and
Seems like an awful thing.
It's like a mix of like some people think it's a great way, some people think it's a because there are mako sharks that are they're
Thank you, Mr. LB. Your contract is accepted.
No worries. Thank you for the money.
Hey,
You know what?
I would like to add real quick, guys. I'm feeling a little stressed and a little tight for money.
also
in-game.
accepted. Thanks,
If
Elvis.
Fucking
if
piece of
I
shit liar. Oh
if
my gosh!
I spend another 2.4 billion, I will lose trillionaire status for liquidity, and I don't know if I can handle that.
I could donate you another $1 billion if you need.
I
little-
will
I
sell.
feel-
I would, Dom. I would love you and appreciate so much if you could send me 10. That would be awesome.
10. I don't have 10 anymore. I wish I did. Dude, I spent all that shit.
I will sell you an ibis for
All of it.
1.5 billion. That's less than 1% of your money.
What
No.
a bitch. That's terrible. Why would you do that to Skyhawk? We don't want to become under a trillion. We know a trillionaire. If
No,
he loses that, we won't know a trillionaire anymore.
I got to start being active again. I got to keep this
You got to get that above a
bank account
trillion.
up.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
talk shit. I know a trillionaire. I know 2 trillionaires, and you're one of them.
I bet.
I mean, well, if you
well,
if you
I
include
know
my assets,
Jay Amazingness.
Well, he is now.
if you
yeah.
include my BPO
I
assets,
don't know him. No, I just know of him.
I know I'm blocked
if
by
you
him.
so if you include my BPO assets, I can spend about another 500 billion and still be a trillionaire.
What?
But you have to
It
sell
depends
them
on if
first.
we're including.
So
I've
you
got
are
like
a
half a trillion
trillionaire.
BPOs.
Oh, you're trying to sell
Don't
with
don't tell
liquid
those. You
disc.
don't sell that.
No, liquidity. I've got over a trillion right now, but I've literally got a
But he's
trillion.
getting
in,
close
like,
to not
free
having a
bill
trillion.
I've never
now.
seen that many numbers.
Here, Drayden, I'm
a
just
lot more
gonna
than you
take
have.
a screen.
Can I hold your ISK? You know, like
Can I
people
hold
like-
your- Can you just send it
Yeah.
me for one day? I'll send it right back.
You know, like you let people sit in ships. Can I hold your?
Can I hold your wrist?
I'm kidding.
Can I hold your wrist, Skyhawk?
I mean, I actually would send it back, but don't do that. I wouldn't want to do that.
Here, I'm taking a screenie for you right now. One moment.
That sounds dirty. I like
You
it.
just meow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what you do when someone says something sexy. You mean
that's true. You got to meow. I got 2 drinks open right now.
There you
Oh,
go.
I
But
need to
that is the current wallet balance on my holding card.
Where'd you put that? In vodka?
Vodka.
Guess-
Yeah.
2.44. It just says B.
Look down.
When you get
bozo.
that rich, they stop using. Oh, it's 8. I'm dumb. It's an 8.
Look at CO savings there, bozo.
Until I expanded when the picture with my size of Discord, it was shrunk down enough. I could have swore it said 244B. But when I clicked on it, it's 2448. All right, so 2.5 billion, just shy of 2.5 billion, or 2.5
In my
trillion.
CEO wallet.
Trillion.
That's all I've got. No, I've got 2.5 bill, roughly just under to play
Oh
with.
yeah, that's 2.5
If
billion.
I want to avoid losing trillionaire status. if we go by
2.5, then you
pure
lose your trillionaire status. Yeah.
Ah.
Unless we're including BPOs. And if we're including BPOs, you got 500 mil to play with.
Yeah,
Mine doesn't say trillion, mine
I got nothing
says-
on those ones. If I liquidated
I don't
literally
even
everything I own, and it's hard to price.
I'm at about half a trillion.
It's hard to
if I
price
got rid of
BPOs,
everything.
right? Because
No, just on
there's the base market cost of the unresearched BPOs, but what are they valued if they're fully researched? I mean, obviously the ones that can research way faster, not worth that much more. But as far as ship modules and ammo BPOs, like those take almost like you could max research them in like a week and a half, 2 weeks.
Unresearched The unresearched price of my BPO collection is just shy of 600 bill. So you apply the fact that everything in my BPO collection is researched to a minimum of 918. My BPO collection exceeds a trill probably.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, like my
At least in
BPOs,
value, right? For sure.
my
Yeah,
BPOs,
well, because I have the BPO for every ship in the game, Dom, up to the Titan level and supers. I don't have any Titan BPOs, and with supers, I only have 2 of the BPOs. Other than that, every ship in the game, I have at least 1 of the BPO max research,
Nice.
damn,
along with a
yeah.
bunch of other shit.
I
Only thing I've
have
got excessive is I have all the rigs.
I
That's the
have
only thing I've got.
all ship BPOs, battle cruiser and smaller.
Those ones are
Now,
annoying
not
to
all of
collect.
those are fully researched. All of the shuttle, frigate are fully researched, and I think destroyers, half of them are. Cruisers, I'm in the process of. So it's like so those I would say above cost of original BPO cost from buying them locally. I would say maybe increase the price by like 20% because I do have the lower
know
ends
that I
fully
ended up-
researched, but
I ended up with like 4 Blackbird fully researched BPOs because I had someone in my corp way back in the day that quit the game that had 2, and then I already had like 1 or 2 myself. So if y'all need a Blackbird BPO fully researched, hit me up.
yeah, I actually don't have, aside from a
I think
couple.
I actually have one of those too.
There's only a couple modules. I would say like less than like a dozen modules. Do I have copies of, or multiple of BPOs? Like because I was never a big industrial guy where it's like I don't need more than just one of each thing, and I was never. It's funny because I invested so much ISK
I'm such a hoarder.
into
That's
getting
my
a bunch of
problem.
these BPOs where it's like I probably invested more ISK than I would ever get out of production. But I just wanted to have them so that in case I wanted to make something, I could just make it. Just out of a sense of I'd rather make it than buy it. But then I found out that it takes a lot of time to do that shit, and I was like, eh. And then I eventually dropped it by the wayside and stopped researching stuff. But now I'm back in the thing where I trained my alts into having research skills, and so now they're just like backlog researching all the BPOs that weren't perfect yet, and so I've gotten to the point now where like most of the modules / drone BPOs that are in the game, I now have probably 2/3 to 3/4 of them all max researched. And then most of the frigates and shuttles I have all maxed. Frigates, most of them are maxed, but now I'm starting into like the destroyers and cruisers to like start, because half of those are like, half research. Like, oh, this one's researched to like 6%, but not 10%. And then the time, that's the materials, and then like the time you could go up to 20. It's like, okay, so it's like 6% material, 8% time. I'm like, oh, okay, well, so I got some work to do on this one, and those are not short research times. It's like you got a guy that's like, okay, you can't put more than 30 days of research time in, and it's going to take 4 separate sessions of a month researching this one BPO to max it out, and I got tons to do. So it's like, yeah, I got a lot of work ahead of me, but I'm
gonna step away. I'm fucking.
Well, Dom, real
ahead.
quick before you step away, take a peek at Vodka Lounge. Those are photos I took from my aunt's backyard during the day the other day.
Oh, you got a schooner.
Oh, very awesome.
It's perfect. Like, it's perfect. I don't know what else to say.
Oh, absolutely. The pirate ship and everything.
I don't want to
Fucking
leave.
perfect.
Yeah.
I'm a pirate. That's awesome, dude. You lucky motherfucker.
No,
you know what it doesn't look like right now? That's not what Iowa looks like right now.
No.
Because it's water.
And even for Florida for January, like today, the fact that it hit 73, 74, like that's not.
It's 28 right now. We're 28. It's close.
Yeah, this is actually
both numbers.
This was a super cold week for us up
weather.
here. We're supposed to get actually snow this week.
So I'm supposed to fly back to Michigan on Sunday. Saturday, there's going to be a storm moving across part of the Midwest.
I saw that.
The snow.
Yeah, that's what we're getting with right now.
Sunday, part of the day, we're going to be getting snow where I'm going to be going back to Grand Rapids. I may potentially have some fun travel issues. We'll see.
Well, yeah, you
But
might
you know,
accidentally have to,
if I get
stay
stuck
extra
here for
day.
another day, whatever.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
shit!
I don't give
All
a
right,
shit.
guys. I'm gonna call it a night. I love you.
I see, Dom.
And we'll talk to you later.
I done.
Bye bye.
I mean, do we all call it night?
I think so.
I mean,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah. All right. So
It's
cheers
after
tonight.
midnight.
All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Have a good night. We'll be back next week.
Do a raid.
Oh yes, we'll do a raid. Who are we gonna raid? Here we go.
Yo mama.
I've been
Let's see.
doing really good at that, except there was
Chad
one.
Squatch.
There was one
Raid
week.
Chad Squatch.
You want Chad Squatch?
Yeah.
Hold on, Twitch. Keep online. I need to know how to spell it. Chat. So not Art Gravy, not Ghost Gaming, Ghosty Gaming.
Oh. SCHAD.
Chad Squatch. I see him. Okay.
Yeah.
Chad Squatch. Okay, hold on. Fuck.
Well,
Good
I just
lord.
want to share that as soon as I get off here, I'm going to move over to the couch and watch The Phantom Menace because apparently that's on late night TV tonight.
Nice.
All right, I think I spelled it right. Let's go with raid's been created. All right, we're gonna raid. Go ahead.
Well, real quick, I was just going to say when I'm back in Michigan, one of the things that I'm going to start off for going into the new year is I'm just going to take this upon myself. Apologies in advance, Drayden. But I'm going to start hosting just at least once a week watch party for something. And for, TV, movie show, whatever, I'll take suggestions. But for the first watch party, we're going to do Chernobyl. I've never seen the TV
Oh, it's
show.
so good. I will watch that.
I want to go through
It's
it.
so good. It's not great, not terrible, but
You'll understand.
based
You'll
on
understand when you watch it.
Yeah, it's going to be the timing for it is going to be completely based around my new work schedule because I'm starting a new job when I get back to Michigan next at the end of the week. But either Saturday or Sunday nights, I'm still up in the air on which one. But just do a watch party on the Discord channel, and yeah. So gonna start that with Chernobyl. But my intention with this is every week, once we're done with Chernobyl, we'll just fucking start something else, either a movie
down.
for a one-off or a TV show. I don't care. I want to do something regularly, and at least once a week, I'm spending a night fucking watching a movie or TV show. Might as well do it with some of you lovely people.
I'm down. That sounds fun. And Chernobyl is honestly probably one of the best TV shows I've watched in the last decade. It's so good. Oh, the raid just happened.
I've never watched it, so I'm genuinely excited.
But yeah, it's really fucking good.
Oh, but yeah, that was my last plug that I wanted to get in before the show's over.
All right, I'm gonna hop off, but yeah, I'm absolutely down for that. I will watch.
Hey guys, come to T-Tech.
All the stuff. So.
Hey, LB, how's your stream?
Cool. Well, you lovely people have a great rest of your night, and I will see y'all next week.
Yep. See you, man.
You too.
Good night.
So then I guess bye.